So, as I begin recording, you've been spending some downtime here in Duunhollow, catching up with some familiar faces, spending some sort of much-needed, running some much-needed errands. You've been discussing the odd goings-on here at the capital of the Silver Kingdom, the changing of the Iron Guard. For the Black Hand Guard, the isolationism of the High King. Dejar has been pursuing the dark underbelly of the Underhollows and its criminal underground to find information and seeking sort of spiritual guidance from illegal substances, shall we say. Lisker's been catching up with some fellow hunters in Hunter's Keep, making progress on her fancy adamantine armour. Venom's been sort of gathering prized relics of the past, regrettably throwing his weight around a bit, which he now seeks to amend. Angus has been seeking insights into the Ruinlord's ring, and it's been revealed that there may be far more to this ring's origins than initially thought, forged as part of an ancient oath at the moment of the Duneheart Forge's rekindling by an unknown entity. And Grunk has been up to some shenanigans with his new magical fishing lure and figuring out some how to arm up Webby for the future. So we left off last session with a meeting with your wealthy patron, Varish Rasmund. You acquired the date of the tournament in Tanzia, the 30th of Furbus, giving you a deadline to arrive at Tektahos by. She also brought out a feast, gave you a golden tickets to exchange for a much-needed 3-day retreat and of a rest and relaxation at a place called Crescent Falls in the town of Itzel within Tanzia. The very place where Dejar aims to meet a contact, Ida Ulnerim. Dejar later broke away from the meeting to search for some potential contacts between Mayland and the High Chalice Inquisition from the Commonwealth, aiming for the High Inquisitor himself, who was last seen here in Duunhollow months ago. Dejar instead found Aja, now Lord Inquisitor and head of the Inquisition's presence here in Mayland. A tense discussion ensued. A deal was partly brokered for Dejar to give the Inquisition everything she knew about the Black Hand in exchange for the Infamous Sanguis, the Black Book of Blood and Flesh, currently in the hands of Elizabeth von Dragul, the Vampire Lord, whose influence is spreading in the Commonwealth's eastern regions. But, however, a matter of trust needed to be established, and further terms needed to be discussed before this agreement could be finalised. Namely, what else Dejar wants in exchange for the book. We come back now to the Golden Lodge. And I'll bring you over to the map. Okay, so Varesh has departed to go her own separate ways. You finish up your meals and you're left to your own devices for the meantime. What would you like to do?
I do have something that I immediately need to do because it involves running after Rasmund.
But you ran after her last session?
Yeah, I gotta do it again because we had discussions and things were needed. So I gotta do a quick follow-up and then I'm good to let people run rampant. If that's okay. Does Vellum sort of just comprehend everything that's just happened as best he can and then just has a moment of realization and moves after Varesh.
Oh, one more thing, Ms. Rasmund. Sorry, just caught my mind.
You kind of turns around halfway up the stairs.
Of course we have a means of contacting you if we need to, but with the dangerous places we tend to go, the resources to manage it are sometimes needed elsewhere. Do you happen to know of a way we might be able to keep in touch a bit more easily?
She kind of thinks to herself for a moment. I do believe I might have an idea. Give me a day. I will come back with the means of communication.
Thank you kindly. I'll let you go on your way then.
She gives you a nod and makes her way off.
And that's all I needed to do, because then we've secured a solid line of connection with her if we need it. Onwards, you gaggle fucks.
Alright. So,
Who else
as you
needs to do
all begin to make plans to craft this this enormous stone tower, Dengar's instant fortress, what preparations is everyone making?
Yes.
Just all the preparations ever. Okay.
I'm needed in almost everything, so yes.
Yeah, yes. What's your preparations to be present? Well, as much as I love Brynmir's desserts, I should probably at some point speak to old Sparkbeard. See if he has something useful to help us out being all, well, he's kind of like what you do, sir. He might have some wisdom in this. Maybe a nifty doodad. If nothing else, another one of them whole thingies, as he gestures to Liska. What, for storing goods along the way? I don't think my little bag will fit even one of the stones. So I think that's my plan for today. What about you all? What will you be doing?
I think I might be getting a to-do list, so to speak. A plan about everything we need to get done, in what order.
Aye. We have the recipe, but an organised list could.
It's not about the recipe or organizing it, it's more the order of which.
Oh, yes. I was thinking.
I've tried something this big before. So.
Well, I've not done something quite this big either. Counsel on that is part of the reason I'm saying old Sparkbeard, but I think we'll be okay. My thoughts so far has been the best thing to do was if we build this tower up while we're here, because you know we're gonna need a lot of lads worth of stone, just huge, and we're in the quarry town. We build it first here, and then, you know, we seem real reluctant to stay, so then we just do the rest of the runes and whatnot best we can, and imbuing the magic in on the road.
You say you haven't worked on something this big before, but I'd say your tank is pretty close.
I mean, it's pretty big, but it's not gonna be as big as the tower.
True.
Though that was quite hands on deck then too.
Alright.
Anyone else have any feedback or thoughts or anything? Nobody?
Nothing too much, but I probably will take a very short.
Actually, out of character. I think I store my metals on the wagon, which presents a small issue. But considering so in terms of the cooldown, it's a day, right? Regardless of where you go.
Yes.
Okay, because I may need to dip back to the wall to get the materials to make the runes.
You left the tank and the wagon and Bastion back at the wall.
Yep. You know, this is the price I pay for not having everything in my bag of holding. But it was necessary. I was at capacity. And I'm not going to carry like 60, 70 odd pounds of gold in my bag.
Yeah, fair enough.
Anyway, back in character.
I do need to make a trip back. We only thought we'd be here for like a quick visit, so I didn't bring any of my materials with me, so it's back on the wagon. but I'll be back in a day to get that sorted. Fair enough. And then we should have everything we need. But if you will need anything from back where we left our stuff, I'm gonna need to know now.
Right. I do have an outfit I asked for from Selma. You should have it ready.
And for sake of expeditiousness, if there's anything specific, materials-wise or anything like that Velen needs to get from belongings back there, pop it in chat, and then we have a record of it.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fucking ton of iron. If you want to bring back iron to use.
I have plenty of materials for the runes, but if you need iron for other reasons, I could definitely do that.
No. No, I don't.
You would have some errands to and about to pick up. He looks to Liska, and I have a thing I need to talk to you about privately.
Okay. Sure, yeah. Like right now or in the next so many days?
But right now would be best.
Okay.
The brow raise.
Don't worry about it.
Liska's just gonna once again do that thing where she like puts it in a turkey leg in her mouth and then out comes a bone. It's like, okay, let's go.
Alright, and outside we go.
All right, you head outside, kind of away from any crowds. Ideally, you kind of find a close knit spot in the relatively empty tavern. It's still early morning, so there's very little activity going on.
Okay. Give me about 1 second, and you see Dejara uses a cantrip, like almost pulling off a scale, but it's almost iridescent, and she looks like she's reading a mini scroll for a second, like memorizing something. Nods a few times and then looks back up to you. Right. The thing I forgot was Balthazar was calling in a favor from someone in Torment to rent a legion and a few mercenary thugs from Torment.
Interesting.
As who this is, I do not know. That's all I can tell you at this point.
Interesting. Well, they'd have to not have much scruples if they're lending out that many individuals. I can't imagine anybody higher up, so it would have to be somebody that is working outside the normal means of Torment. Okay. That's good to know. Is there anything... Yes?
That's all I can think of right now.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. I will keep that in mind. As we go forward into Tanzia, we might be seeing some of my own kin in front of us. That is good to know.
Yes, I thought it would be better to tell you personally than look a surprise. I don't think you would like that type of surprise.
I mean, probably not. But you know, if we're ever in battle, sometimes you have to pick sides, and it's good to know what side they will likely be on.
Alright. Okay. Jar gives a stretch. That's... we can head back, so that's...
Is there a reason that you just wanted to tell me about this?
Well, since you were from Torment, I thought it would just be personal.
Okay.
I wasn't sure.
I mean, I understand the sentiment, but is it not important that they know as well they might be fighting demons and mountain folk?
You just see Jishar's shoulders just slump. The more chances I get the more time I...
It is fine. Don't worry about it. And she kind of like pats Jishar on the shoulder. It's like, it's something good to know. We can tell them whenever it comes up in conversation. Yes, like it is fine.
Okay.
Like you are far too hard on yourself, Snake. Has anyone ever told you that?
My sister has.
Siblings have a way of kind of telling you your faults to your face.
That, and she caught me several times. Not resting for 2 months and sleeping only for an hour. So yeah, I've been scolded.
It is interesting. I'm surprised you are still sane, given that fact.
What do you mean? I don't want
Do
to
you
go
not
into
think
that.
you're sane? Okay. Well, they say part of being insane is not knowing you are, so there you go.
He just gives a shrug. Yeah. With what I've been doing and seeing and nearly dying from, sanity is the least thing I need to worry about right now.
I think it is the most important thing you need to worry about. Because sanity allows you to know what your drive is, what your purpose is in the world. If you are insane and you do not know, you are simply just a wandering person. You need to know what you fight for, yes?
Yes, I never thought of it that way. Okay.
It's okay. Take that in stride. You'll probably think it through way too much tonight, so don't worry about it.
Nope. Outside that of mine. Alright, let's go back in. And oh boy.
Let's get ducks back through the doorway.
Right. You'll return. You will return back to your room.
Need to not drink too much whiskey. It is... I don't like to indulge too much.
Well, Liska like puts more food in her mouth. Well, it is what it is. Try not to, like, have you ever thought of just having water?
You just see a look on Dishar's face like,
I mean, I know it's more rare here in Duunhollow than alcohol, but still.
I'll try my best to... Yes. In case I know, besides errands, anything you need me for, Angus? Like...
Did you come back in?
Yes.
Oh.
Is
Talking to you.
Brain think. He's just sort of thinking for a moment, scratching his chin. Well, even not entirely certain. Can you make things larger and smaller with your magic?
Yes, I have a spell that can enlarge and reduce in size.
Oh, well, there you go.
Alright.
No. I think I'm pretty good otherwise.
Alright then. When are we going to be working on this tower then?
First thing in the morning, I suppose. I have to visit Sparkbeard, see if I can talk to the master and get some information from him, some wisdom. Other than that,
So, that'll leave me the rest of the day to just go pick up a few commissions I have.
there you go.
So as quiet fills up the room, I imagine you're gonna hop up. You're all gonna kind of hop off and go your separate ways for the moment. Doing your role. Everyone doing your sort of errands that you've got planned for the day before coming back together and starting to work on this tower. Yeah.
So I forget,
Very
was
much, I
this
think.
a breakfast or was this a dinner?
This was a breakfast.
Yeah. This is a very, very big breakfast.
So we got the whole day to get things sorted. I do have one stop to make. I was just letting people get their initial plannings out of the way.
Right, I'll be back later then. Vladimir, you stay with everyone here.
Okay.
I'll see you all tomorrow.
And with that, he's gonna head off.
You head off and you hear the
Everyone's just fiddle with that thing.
of the extendable and retractable quarterstaff you gave her.
Look, it's when they have nothing to do that they get in trouble.
Yeah.
Anyway, as I attempted to do yesterday, going to get the more covering part of my cold weather clothes and make my way to that merchant.
Ah, okay. So, making your way towards the gemstone quarter, you've got fairly good sense of direction, so you're able to find that location where you last saw this vendor, this merchant, this rather shady individual, and you do indeed see right there where you last found him is that very same Shar merchant.
Shady Shar.
Shady Shar. And as you kind of approach, he begins to sort of adjust himself and sort of... You see him hide a few things. Make a perception check.
Can do.
23. You see him kind of adjust a few. There's this large sort of black wood case along the back shelf that he seems to rapidly kind of just stick something into and then close the door, locks it.
Noticing him sort of suddenly shift and alter his behavior.
Relax, I'm
what
not
do you
here
want?
to cause trouble. Just need a moment, that's all. And I'm not here to cause issues.
Look, I do not have anything else of value.
It's not about that. The other day I was not exactly fair. Now I would like you to hear me out. As strange as this is all going to sound. Just, you and I both know the game. I'm a merchant just like you, though of a different kind. And frankly, I have disgraced the profession a little bit. Because a lot of things are fair game in discussion and bartering, but the second I pulled my badge, I stopped being a merchant and started being a bully. And I'm here to make amends.
And with that, he's going to carefully pull out the little necklace, the Grease of Ellen.
This is a Kingston craft, valued at 1,200 gold. And I want to give this to you. It should more than make up for the loss you took when I put too much pressure on you.
And he will sort of just no shiftiness, no hesitation, no holding it back to let him look like before, just straight up, carefully, just on the table.
You can see throughout all of this, he has this look of absolute bewilderment on his face. And, you know, with your passive insight, it's easy to recognise that, you know, perhaps he sees a lot of deception in his line of work, and honesty and that
forthcomingness.
Yeah, that sense of seeking redemption is very much a rarity in his line of work.
Well, in response to that, it's sort of it's obvious to notice to me. He's going to follow up.
Now, I know this is going to seem suspect, but I promise you it's on the level. Just, I know that in this business, people try to fleece each other, and sometimes you fleece, sometimes you get fleeced, but it's always part of the game. But, yeah. What I did wasn't.
He's going to make an insight check.
Wow.
Does it matter if it's so easy to tell? I guess not. Rolls are rolls, either way. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, it is a strange change of pace for you. I still came around here, I was afraid I'd be put in prison again.
Well, it's in the nicest way possible. It's clear to see you're a bit of more of a shadier merchant, but I'm not here to give you grief about your business. Now, obviously,
Believe me, I've heard that before.
As long as you're not hurting people to get your goods, I couldn't give a fuck right now, if I could be blunt. There's enough problems in this city without me adding on to it, though.
That is not my line of work. I do know that there are hitmen out there who pay for that sort of, are paid for that sort of thing. It is not my, that is not of my purview.
Well, I figured not, but however you get your goods isn't my business. But let's just say I know what it's like to be on the other side of someone with power punching down. And I don't want to be the kind of person who does the same.
Alright. Yeah, and with that he kind of slides that this beautiful beautifully crafted piece of jewellery across the table and kind of picks it up for a moment.
I figure it's got it's got religious significance, that much I figured out. And it being all the way from Kingston, you might be able to get a good markup for it. With the right buyer, obviously.
I do see the craftsmanship in this is phenomenal. The way it hits the light and kind of holds it up towards the light of one of the enormous braziers up top, and you can see as the firelight glimmers down, it's sort of the front sort of central jewel in the center has this sort of prismatic shining effect as it glimmers through onto the table. We don't get many jewels like this. This I've not seen in my time.
Well, should be more than the amount I undercut you for with my little, my less than fair gambit.
It was less than fair. I did speak to some of my comrades about the value of this thing, and he pulls out that small dragon horn. I believe you may have been telling. How do you explain it in my tongue? Not playing to the moon, if you will. I'm saying you were lying.
You seemed like you knew so much about it that I didn't think I needed to change your mind on it.
And he does give a small wry smile.
But either way,
he immediately falls silent at that, and
Yep. And just like Avon said, he didn't say shit. The guy talked himself into it.
Yeah, his whiskers sort of twitch a bit in annoyance, and he kind of puts it away. Touche.
well, it's all part of the dance, so hopefully no hard feelings. But I won't be chasing you up about that. I won't be causing any issues, and making less of a show about myself, as you can tell. He sort of like flaps the cloak a little bit.
Well, you know what? Kind of takes out the horn again. This is on me, I will admit. It does not show that one is very good in the profession. So I'm just trying to think of the terminology here.
If I knew what you were trying to say, I'd help, but I don't.
It does not show aptitude in the profession.
Well, no one's going to be good at everything in terms of the wares. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about it myself. I just know what I've been told. So,
well, I will take my losses then, chalking it up to experience. And there's that sort of hiss to his words as he kind of puts it away and places the necklace in a small sort of lockbox on the side of his table. And locks it. But I will say it was a pleasure doing business with you, my friend.
well, you stay out of trouble and good luck. And word of advice: maybe avoid any too deep a dealing with the them Black Hand lot.
He kind of
That'll give him a nod, and then... Oops, sorry.
And it gives a subtle glance over to an nearby Black Hand guard that's sort of patrolling the gemstone court about 200 feet away, kind of through the crowds.
Oh yeah, definitely given it a lower tone, considering the fucking police state we've got going on here. But he'll give him a small nod and then be on his way to the Nexus, because Bellum gotta go grab his materials.
Alright then. So, should we move on to someone else? Angus, you wanted to meet with Sparkbeard. This is Duunhollow Sparkbeard or Grugnir Sparkbeard?
I don't know who the other one is. Grugnir, I was thinking.
Duunhollow Sparkbeard is the owner of Runes and Rods, the magic item shop.
Oh shit, got a family thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think it was Grugnir's that we talked about before.
Okay. Yeah, so you've met with the master engineer Grugnir Sparkbeard is quite a few times during your sort of 3-month stint creating the steam hammer, and you know where his official residence here in Duunhollow is. He tends to spend most of his time working at the Temple of Gundrum in Duunhollow at the Inventors Guild. However, he is known to travel to Duunhollow via Waystone every now and then, asking around for a good 30 minutes. You find out he's overseeing the excavation of a new airship dock at the northern end of the Silver District, around here. Oh, is that not pinging? That should be pinging.
No.
Ah,
Oh, there it is.
over there.
Over there. Yes.
Yes, and then sort of every now and then, as you've passed through the Silver District, you've noticed this sort of enormous archway, not too dissimilar to the archway between the sort of city centre and the outer caves around the Cinder Market. This whole project began many years ago, but the project was never officially revealed to the public. But now it's at this stage where it's very difficult not to notice. As you're kind of making your way through the Silver District to this location, a couple of Blackhand guards look to stop you in their tracks, but they kind of see your status and the sort of immediacy of your walk, and they just kind of don't bother you as you make your way.
This dumpy got places to be.
Yeah. You make your way through kind of enter the caves beyond. The cacophony of pickaxes and rumbling machinery is very prevalent here.
Boy, it's always nice to see things bustling with industry. That's sad. If I were an overseer of things, where would I be? I start scanning around. I know. The places the workers don't want to go.
It's just getting the soundscape here.
Of course. So he'll scan around and he'll sort of see where the lead guy might be at, looking around for him, and his station, his patrols, sort of that kind of stuff. From when he was working in a mine, what would a similar situation be? From that, he'll try and deduce where Sparkbeard's at.
Okay, so you can see kind of you enter into a tremendously gargantuan chamber, hundreds of feet across from end to end, illuminated by this patchwork of torchlight. Crisscrossed weaves of scaffolding cling to the unfinished cave walls. You can see absurdly long rope pulleys and tracks to move stone rubble to be used elsewhere. You can see stone platforms over this deep void below. Have also kind of finished taking shape. You see six like stone docks, stone platforms for airships at some point in the future when this grand project is done. You hear this voice that bellows through the chamber. "All right, fellas, be ready to break through the outside. Make sure those charges are secure." and you see Grognir atop what looks like a surveyor's platform with a sort of rudimentary megaphone forged, like a forged metal cone.
Oh boy, there he is. Stand and observe for a moment, see their work. They're digging through stone here at the moment and making stone platforms as well.
Mm-hmm. It's a spidering network of like a scaffolding and sort of rope pulleys. Where you ever seen that sort of introductory sequence from The Hobbit where they're all sort of digging in that huge mine shaft?
No, but I think I understand.
Okay. It's like you can see these tiny little kind of specks of light across the cave walls, and you can hear this chorus of thousands of pickaxes. You gather these are miners sort of suspended from ropes and sort of mining while rock climbing, if you will.
Yes.
Because this cavern is so massive.
An elite task, John.
Oh yeah.
The iron balls there. Well, if that's the case, he's gonna go and he's gonna try and approach, because it doesn't seem like they're immediately at that point. He doesn't want to interrupt while they're at a critical moment, but if after a few they're not quite there, they're not setting blast charges, then he would go up and approach Sparkbeard.
Alright. You kind of make your way towards this surveyor's platform. You kind of call up to him.
Surveyor! Sparkbeard!
What? You see Grognir sort of look around, look over the edge of the surveyor's platform. Ah, Angrim, my lad! Oh, you survived! Glad to see you're back!
I have. It's gone great.
Kind of makes his way down. You know, tucks away that megaphone to his side.
He's shouting at me through the megaphone because he's been doing it all day.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, what? Sorry. Hey, what brings you back to Duunhollow?
A variety of things. Mostly things like, little status reports on some things and some quests I was given and the like. That we made it through the Morbog arduously.
Very few people do come out the other side alive.
The steam hammer worked great.
Oh, wonderful day. Oh, how's the motor holding up? Have you used it?
We assailed a giant with it. Something of a giant. Would I be able to get your wisdom on a couple of things, by the way?
Aye.
You might find it quite interesting.
By all means, I'm listening.
He's going to go to his bag and he's going to pull out a single one of those erudite orbs. The lad was eating away at these and rapidly grew. Quite the strange item, I think.
Beg your pardon? He was eating erudite and he grew.
Yeah, he's got some sort of odd infernal inscription. I can't quite figure out what it would be used for. But I figured if anybody knows something about erudite and the magic items in the world, it's probably gonna be you. And if nothing else, you at least know more than me, so it's worth asking. Especially considering this was, within the realm, so best I let you know.
Maybe if I take a look at that.
Absolutely. Ooh, passes it over.
He watches, he kind of takes down what looks like some sort of gem inspector's eyepiece. He's got this sort of cogwork mechanical headpiece that he kind of flips down. And you can all the various numerous sort of lenses all sort of flick in front of each other. You know, like spiky sort of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this flash of light in the eyepiece as he kind of examines it for a moment. Oh, this is right dangerous, lad.
That's what I was worried.
It's not whoever made this is either very skilled or very nefarious, perhaps both. Don't know what would have made this, but can't be good. I think it should be possible to get rid of to get rid of all that infernal magic, but it might be difficult though.
You said it would be difficult, but you think it would be possible to get rid of the magic always?
It'd be possible. It might have to. It would be a risk. You'd risk this thing exploding in your face.
Okay, that's less than ideal. But, I mean, it's quite a bit of erudite. Do you think you might be able to...
Wait, hold on. You mean you got more of this?
I've got about... Oh, jeez, I think I've got around 100 of those.
You think I might be able to grab one to study?
You know what? I would feel so much more comfortable if you kept that one right there. From me to you. So, you know, the defense of Mayland, figure out what this mysterious infernal orb is and what it does. And also if there's any way it can benefit you. Elbow nudge. I know that it reacts quite violently to acid, including the ones in stomachs.
So that would explain why that giant you said was eating it.
Aye. It's a little odd. It's unusual. It's quite obviously made. I found some more in the realm of a now twice deceased dragon. It was in the Moorbog. We got her right.
Look at you, just killing dragons again and again.
I know. I've got a trophy to show for that. But either way, so speaking of trophies, I'm building one. The only issue is, well, that old Dengar, he sold me on a wonderful item, but the catch is it's not done. So I have to make an entire stone tower. And I might be needing some of...
Hang on. Dengar was, he mentioned this tower some months ago. He and I keep in touch a lot. So there's, he called it some sort of instant fortress.
Pretty much, I'm intending to finish the job that he never did, and see how well it works.
Oh,
Add the old flair to it. I call it a bracken brick buttress.
Speaking of finishing jobs, I'll hold that thought. And kind of he holds up what looks like these two sort of glowing green crystals wrapped up like and kind of set like a torch on both hands. You can see a number of other small green points of light appear throughout the cave in response, like these sort of tiny points of starlight. You might want to cover your ears for this.
Just fingers and ears. Oh, I've been here before. Head down.
And with that, he kind of Grognier holds up the megaphone to his mouth and again it says, "Blast and clear!" You hear a number of other voices across the immense cavern. "Blast and clear! Blast and clear! Blast and clear!
Blast and clear!
Detonate the charges in 3, 2, 1!" And this massive, tremendous series of explosions trembles and echoes throughout the cavern. The entire section of the cavern wall seems to fall away in these large, neatly and precisely broken chunks. And you're nearly blinded as daylight fills the chamber. They've just broken.
My goodness!
They've just broken through to the exterior of the mountain.
That's impressive. Well done.
There is now a tremendous gap, nearly 100 feet in diameter.
You know, I might have someone I'm gonna point your way again after this, with all what's been going on.
Is
But
this your
that aside,
this your orcish friend? She seemed mighty enthused about that mortar.
well, she also has been talking a little bit about things like this, and well, she's got a brilliant mind. That said, I'll let her tell you about this, but it's quite fitting. Well, maybe not fitting. She has big aspirations. She might have to make the hole a little wider. Elbows out to him.
Right. One moment. And he kind of holds up the megaphone again. "Clear the rubble! Get those stone steel reinforcements in!" He kind of turns back to you.
Yep. Right. Well, I was actually coming, speaking of the rubble, I needed to acquire a bit of stone, you see. Absolutely buy some from the quarry there, but if I'm able to take it off your hands for you, that's less lads you have to pay to
You know, it's
deal with it elsewhere.
It's funny. Yeah, most of this stone was going to the sorry, I lost my train of thought.
Dump.
Most of this, half of the stone was going to the sprucing up of the Duunhollow district, and also that temple in Duunhollow.
Oh.
It's
Oh, well, that's quite nice.
It's still ongoing with this reconstruction. I've overseen the construction of a number of systems to help ferry freshly mined stone and marble to its appropriate place.
Well, consider me grateful.
I've squared it with the crown. It's going straight to that temple restoration project. Can I say?
You see?
Some months ago.
Okay. That's quite the task.
I can't say much else about the temple beyond this. It's going to take some time, about a year tops, even with all the help
I understand.
But
I understand.
we might have some stones spared.
If you do, I'd be grateful. Otherwise, I'll end up buying the rest away from the quarry. Wouldn't mind that, but you know, have to be a wee bit shrewd as this tower is expensive.
Of course.
We had some thoughts about this, either on the idea of figuring out how to acquire some specific magic reagents, or, you know, just the issue itself of, well, if I'm gonna make this on the road in a way, how am I gonna transport all of this stone? So I thought I might, you know, come to you for a bit of your wisdom.
You know what? I tell you what. If you bring that tower over here, in this construction site, we might be able to more easily ferry it over to might be able to easily ferry the stone over to supply its construction.
Fair. Easily fair for me. I'd be happy to do that.
I mean, we're not using the
Hasn't
stone
been
anyway.
much before. Very well. And you know, I can make do with the scraps. What with the some magic I've got, I can make them work a little better than normal. Maybe I can lend some of that magic your way as gratitude, shaping some things, whatnot.
We'd very much appreciate it. We could do with a few more pittance.
Right? Absolutely. Then I would be very happy to work something out here for you. I just have to ask because you are the master engineer. Do you happen to have any connections? Say if I needed some lace sparks or something like that, if I was a wee bit short.
Lace sparks. I think your best bet would be asking Dengar.
Dengar for him. Oh, you've got me running back and forth around the whole city, but alright.
Aye, sorry lad.
I know better to look a gift ram in the mouth or up the hoof. Very well. No, that works quite grand. We'll construct it here. I actually have a few of me buddies helping me out here on this one, so hopefully it wouldn't take too long. You know what? In that my friend Grey Mind, the orc here, will be nearby, and she'll be able to talk to you about her idea. This is bound to get her excited.
All right then. Well,
very well.
Let me know when you're ready. Just bring it over here, and we'll get started.
All right. Then I will return. Until then, my friend. Oh, I almost forgot. And he's gonna reach into his bag of holding, and he's going to pull out a pitcher. I already gave it to the other two lads. This one's for you. It's a souvenir. Century-old cask.
Oh, centuries old.
Lost. Aye. One of three. The others withered away. This one was the only fine one left. And it's some strong stuff. Aye. We're not sure when it was made exactly, or what it is of. So I call it the Oaken Enigma. It's quite nice. Here, this is my gift to you, and gratitude for being right proper lad.
Oh, you should have, lad. And with that, he kind of takes it and kind of thinks. He kind of rethinks for a moment. You know, maybe at the end of the day, when we're not dealing with explosives.
You know, I think that's a good idea, because from this far away, it will catch your breath on fire. Wink. Right then. I best be off.
Alright, I'll see you then,
see
lad.
you back at the end of the day. Holds up his own little flask and cheer.
He kind of holds it up in response, and just clack of two steins.
On for the road. Sips the flask. Alright. And with that, he will begin to waddle back.
Alright.
Towards the nearest cart, and then meet up with the others.
Alright, so just mark off a silver. So, does anyone else have anything they want to do or say before we get started with this project?
Coconut rolls or fishing rolls.
Yeah, fishing.
Hell yeah.
I don't really have anything, but I'm just gonna ask Janner, because it's something I've been curious about. Spell scrolls we can buy, they're usually in the range of first to third, sometimes fifth level, right?
Yes.
If we want to find anything higher than that, we have to probably find it from a horde or loot somewhere.
Or craft it yourselves. Yeah.
All right.
The higher spell level you go, the rarer it's going to be in any sort of merchant or like city.
You probably have to go to like an actual wizard to be like, hey, can you craft this spell scroll for me?
Yeah.
Or do you have a spell scroll of something specific? Alright, that
Okay.
puts a small pause on my idea, but I will go back to the drawing board on that.
Okay.
Otherwise, I got nothing. Do the fishing.
Fish.
Where's Grunker fishing this time?
Oh, in the same place.
Oh, you're just going back to the hunter's keep to fish in the bathtubs.
Or any other big body of water we can find.
Okay.
Is there maybe a fountain that's more than 10 cubic feet of water?
Yeah. There's a few fountains about.
Alright, well, he finds one that's 10 cubic feet of water and it's getting a fish in it.
Okay. And you do get a lot of strange looks.
He doesn't care. How many hours? Because like Lucas not really gonna be involved with all of this because he doesn't do anything with this.
I mean, you could help with your strength if you like, carrying stone to and fro.
I mean, maybe.
Does that keep having the time and effort?
Fair point. I don't think it would.
Just let the man fish.
Yeah. All right then. So you've got 8.5 days worth of fishing to do.
Oh boy, that's a lot. That's a lot of fishing. Let's just do like 6 for now.
Yeah. Okay. Nope. Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
No. One more. No. Is
Like
it
actual fishing.
Yeah.
A whole lot of
like
nothing
real
until you get
fish.
a big catch.
Yeah.
And then eventually you get a boot.
Nothing.
A boot would be a big treasure for Grunker.
Yeah.
Now Grunker's been fishing for 8 hours and he's very tired.
Oh, he's just sleepy. Falls asleep, catches a fish while asleep.
Yeah, that's probably in them.
Okay. So as you begin your 8.5 days worth of.
well, Liska has something to do.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Sure.
she's going to go to. The Honorable Hunter's Fletchery,
Okay.
and she's gonna like come in and look around, see nothing that actually works with her, and then she's gonna go up to the guy up at the counter. It's like I was wondering if you could perhaps help me.
A rather dashing-looking individual kind of turns around to you. You can see looks sort of wide-brimmed hat, sort of dark blue leathers, billowing white shirt. You can see he's currently working on a kind of stringing a bow here. And you see, what can I do you for? And
Well,
as he turns around, he kind of has to sort of crane his neck. He was probably expecting someone shorter.
Well, hopefully you've heard where the voice is coming from. Anyway, this guy standing where she is, 10 feet tall, is gonna look around, like, so, as you can tell, most of what you have is not fit for something my size. So I was wondering if I could perhaps just get a quick commission of, like, I don't know, a oversized longbow or something that would I could actually use for myself.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever made or sold anything in your size before.
But I mean, just make this, and she reaches and grabs a longbow twice as tall, and then she puts it back.
Well, very well. I am gonna actually look up the price of a oversized longbow. Come on.
Probably just take a longbow and double the price.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. This is a... Well, I can probably fix you up something for maybe 100 gold, shall we say?
100 golds? It seems pretty big, but fine. 100 gold is okay. About how long do you think it would take?
Let's see. Process of gathering stronger wood, stronger strings. How strong are you, would you say?
Liska looks around for the heaviest thing in the shop.
Largest thing you can see that isn't sort of carved from stone and sort of part of the ground. You can see this enormous rack of crossbows, heavy crossbows, along the back of the shop.
Liska walks over, crouches down, lifts one side of the entire display case, and then sets it back down. I am pretty strong.
He just gives you a wide-eyed look. Oh, okay. I'm going to need some sturdier material then.
But about how long do you think it will take?
We'll say a couple of days.
Okay.
You want a very basic longbow that's simply larger?
I mean, yeah, can you make it not base? No. It just make me a longbow and perhaps some arrows as well. That, fit it.
I will... They might as well look like spears with your size, but I think I can do it.
Right. Okay. I'll be back in a couple of days.
I shall see you then. Let me check my schedule here. And he kind of makes his way off, and you're free to do as you choose.
Well, Liska's because she's that kind of person. Is gonna put 100 gold on the table. Just be like, she asked the guy to make it.
Yeah.
And then she's just gonna kind of walk on out. It's like,
Okay.
oh, by the way, my name is Liska, in case anybody else comes in looking like me. And then she leaves.
Okay. he seems bewildered by the whole experience, but yeah. So 2 days, we'll get a larger longbow.
Alright. Awesome. And yeah, other than that, Liska's just gonna kind of chill, help with maybe help with some hunts, unless anybody specifically wants her help with something. Seems like everybody has their shit together though.
Alright. There was mention in the chat during the week about going to Kratos' lair. Do you still want to do that?
Well, we apparently have all the lay sparks, and
Okay.
that would be the reason that she would have done it, so no.
Alright then.
No reason, plus I think it would have taken too long anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
Well, no, it would have been 3 days total.
Oh, I thought it was 3 days there and then back. Alright, sorry.
That wasn't the original hunt we had to do it within 3 days?
No, 10 days. It was.
I feel like it was a lot alarmingly shorter.
Probably
Oh,
felt
well,
that way.
it doesn't matter.
Either way, Liska doing Liska.
Okay, so as you begin your 8.5 days of toiling work, gathering at this at the construction site of the airship dockyards here in Duunhollow, your days are filled with the clunking, with this constant din of clunking clockwork cranes. Back-breaking labour of ferrying a large amount of stone from this pile that Grugnir sort of set up for you all, of stone that they don't quite need to use. There is the process of shaping the stones in this sort of roughly shaping the stones in order to make them fit with this massive sort of 20-foot wide by 30-foot tall stone tower. And thankfully, because you have the foundations, the magical foundations of that tower, it makes the process a lot easier. And as with the same process as was done with the steam hammer, Angus, are you bringing out the spirits? Are you bringing out the ancestors, the boys?
I have to bring out the boys if I want to use all of my special crafting skills, because that's how his magic is flavored. Okay,
then. This flurry of ancestral spirits, kind of being conjured by Angus as they flood this area that's been set out for you. There's a forge, a smithy, which has usually been it's been used to make those the spare pittons for the rest of the workers when they've run out. But let's see, 8 days. I'm going to check that off on the calendar here.
We're gonna fish a couple more times.
All right.
Yeah. There you go. And it is worth noting that I guess before all this, he did go back to the Golden Lodge and he did tell everyone, "Hey, I've got us a great spot."
Oh, Grunka got a
Fish!
Hey.
Speaking of great spot, Grunka found a great spot for that fish.
Yeah. So I imagine he's standing like he's literally like sitting on like a really big fountain on like a square, and he's like sitting on the edge, just kind of fishing in it. People walking by, and then suddenly his fishing rod like bends, and he's like oh, and he stands up, and he like you can hear like the clicking from the fucking reel. It's like it like drags away like way longer than it should ever be possible. And he like sort of he's pulling, he struggles, and he yells at Webby and something about making a net. And then after struggling for a while, he finally reels it in, and it's, let's see, what's this? Oh, it's a blue fish with white bands.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
it's a Crothis fish.
Wait, hang on.
As he pulls the fish out, and he unhooks it, it suddenly sprouts wings, and it starts flying around him, and it sings in a beautiful tone in Aquan that no one understands.
And
it lasts for 3 hours.
Oh no! Does it just hover around you? Or just around
it like flies around. And it follows me around.
So
and it sings.
This beautiful siren song, spoken in an unknown language, from this from this gulping fish that swims through the air, as some of the guards have gathered, and they're just keeping a watch, like not as if they've come to arrest you, but just being wary about all this weirdness going on.
Grunk is just gonna look at the fish, and gonna look at the fact that it's flying, and it's gonna be like, hang on, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're a fish. You're not supposed to fly.
You watch as it kind of it kind of flutters over a couple of households, briefly disappearing from view, and you watch from a nearby alleyway a couple of youths kind of flee out screaming.
Okay, well, I mean,
And then you watch as it follows back through the alleyway, rejoins you again.
alright, well, I guess I can't argue with that logic. Okay. I gotta find Liska. We're gonna go and find Liska.
Alright. Liska is where?
Probably at the Hunter's Keep right now.
Alright.
Yeah, we're just gonna go find her.
So as you enter the Hunter's Keep, you kind of open the doors, and there's this sort of this sudden, rather, Liska, on the other side of the main front door to the keep, you hear this muffled singing, and then as Grunker creaks open the two massive doors, suddenly the singing becomes clearer, and this siren song wavers through the keep. And all of the hunters that are currently in the lounge area sort of turn around and crank their necks and just look in confusion.
Liska.
Mm-hmm.
You know what fish? You know what fish this is?
Yeah, that's a quiet carp.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I know what's it singing? You know what it's singing?
I don't know the language of fishes. Why would I know the language of fishes?
I don't know. You know anyone who knows the language of fishes? You know, is it when a hunter or something?
There's that, I mean, maybe there's that druid that you caught that was a fish.
Oh yeah, where's he?
I don't know. It's like, I don't keep track of everybody. I'm not their mother.
Oh, I thought you were.
But his
Okay.
brother's over there.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to him.
Okay. Unless you just kind of like watch his Grunker go by with his fish swimming about his head.
I've completely forgotten the brother's name, but
Oh, you're right. Hey, do you speak fish?
he's kind of covering his ears as a loud singing gets closer. What?
Do you speak fish?
No, I've got no idea what that fucking thing's saying.
Oh, okay. Damn. I know it's saying something, but I don't know what it's saying.
Like, Liska from a like you hear Liska from a distance, like, ask about his brother. His brother is the druid.
Is your brother here somewhere?
I think so. Hang on. And he kind of makes his way around back, and eventually he comes back with a sort of a man sort of dressed in leathers. You can see a couple of leaves poking out the mantle, a couple of twigs. He holds this sort of long, gnarled-looking staff. Looks to be an older brother.
Hello. Do you speak fish?
I was told about a. Is that the singing fish you were talking about? Oh yeah.
You know what it's saying?
I'm gonna briefly. What's that spell? I'm afraid I don't quite understand what it's saying.
Oh, okay. Damn. Must be some special dialect. So just kind of look at the fish, who's constantly flying around him.
It kind of swims around your head. You watch as it sort of kind of flies up over the banister, kind of around the upper floors. You watch as it air swims into a nearby room, and you hear this. You hear this shriek of, "God, what the hell is that?"
I don't. Okay.
And
You're just gonna follow after the fish.
you watch as you approach the room. There's a sudden blur of motion as the fish is seemingly just kind of thrown out of the out of the room. The door slams shut, and it's going to have to sort of reorient itself in the air before it rejoins you again.
Well, I don't know what to do with you. So, I guess,
Like, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
the ancient language of a
Out of all the fish,
yeah. Out of all the fish, I had to pull that one.
I mean, you know, you fished it for a long time. It was worth the wait.
I did. Okay. I mean, okay. Let's just go for a walk, I guess. A fly. I don't know. I'm just gonna. Okay. I'm just gonna go.
Is he
gonna torment the entire town with
As
this
it
thing?
as
Take him for a walk.
At least how far he can go in 3 hours.
as it flies past your face, this is wet tail slap against the side of your cheek.
Just gonna chase it.
It flies out of the hunter's keep and into the streets.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna chase it for like 3 hours until it just disappears. Just bang.
And as you reach the end of the 3 hours, it eventually into this. It is sort of it bursting like a wet bubble.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Darn magic fish.
Now I never know what it tastes like.
Should have eaten it faster.
Yeah. Oh well. I'm hungry. He's gonna go eat. He's gonna order fish.
Okay. You go. Fish. Not a very common thing here in Duunhollow, but yeah, it's not. It's fucking fish. It's not too difficult to find.
Yeah.
No, it was a
probably
flying fish.
Yeah.
Do you have fish with wings? No? Okay.
You
Never
have
mind.
flish.
It's a flying fish, not a fucking fish.
Yeah, you got a flesh. You got a flesh that sings. No? Okay. See. Yeah. That's my escapades done for now. at least.
Okay. So, end of the day, or rather, middle of the day of the ninth day. It's exhausting, back-breaking work, but you watch as this enormous sort of dune steel reinforced wooden crane clicks into place with all this kind of numerous maneuvering cogwork in the center of this machine. You watch as it lowers that last stone block on that last crenulation. And as lunchtime comes around, you finally have an enormous stone fort. about 30 feet high, 20 feet on the side, ready for that sculpting of fine detail.
I'm guessing that was a cue for you to describe the details there.
I would have been trying to do fabricate and whatnot on a lot of these as I could to get things perfectly made because I have the magic.
You do.
To just cut out as much time as possible, so that way I don't have to find a way to climb the tower later to do the detail.
It's like, oh, forgot something. Climb
Yeah,
like
during
that.
as much as this is possible. Yes.
Okay.
Where are those images we looked at before?
Oh yeah, I remember.
But I'm guessing the detail's not there yet. Then.
It's It's been fabricate and stone shape as well would also help. No, stone shape can't find detail, can it?
Yeah, but fabricate can.
Fabricate can, and you can do that once per day. So, on how big of an area?
I believe it's within 5 cubic feet. Let me double check.
Oh, so quite big then.
Yeah, a lot. And I can fabricate 3 times a day.
Oh, well, there you go then. That
within
will
a 10-foot cube. Sorry, or 8 connected 5 feet cubes.
Okay, so that would enable you to sculpt the fine detail as you're going.
Yeah.
So please do describe this stone tower.
Well, shit. Let me get a reference image. It's gonna look a lot like, I suppose, many cliche. Mini cliche like you would imagine. A lot of the dwarf architecture that you would see around here, instead of just being, like the perfect,
hang on.
absolutely even up.
I think I've got a good reference here.
Yeah, here's a good one.
Something like that, I imagine.
Yeah. That's very, very accurate to what I was sort of thinking.
Yeah,
that works out quite well.
So, and I imagine you can definitely sort of, as you're going, sort of sculpt some of the, like the finer murals as you're going, as you think up more details for this thing. But sort of angular design. You can see various sort of ornamental runes carved into the side of this tower. The epitome of strong structural dwarven architecture. And it's that point, Grugnir comes up to the side, kind of wipes his brow, gives you 2 strong pats on the back. Hey, she's a beaut, lad.
I think it really is. It would have been far more of a pain in me arse if it hadn't been for you lads and that wonderful crane. Liska's might impressive, but up there might be a wee bit too tall even for her. No offense.
Well, I mean, we could do it without the helpful insight of Soyun there. Kind of nods over to you, Soyun.
He returns the nod.
Looks like those runes on the side are well on the way to being enchanted. And nods to you, Deja.
This took the 8.5 days we've been here.
Yeah.
And it takes 8.5 days for the casting.
Yeah, 1 hour per day. So you can knock out 8 days from that. What was it? Was it 32?
It's 34, but this is my confusion. Sayun is crafting it. Is that not? Is the time to craft it not reduced?
I believe the 8.5 days was for completion of the structure.
Yeah.
And 8.5 days was the reduced time.
Yes.
Got it. I didn't
Yes.
realize the channeling was going to be separate. I thought we were doing it both together. Excuse me. We'll talk about that later.
Let's see.
I got a large reduce ready though.
Actually, if that's the case,
Yeah.
you can probably half that, yeah. And
Because
because Sayun's also contributing to this with her enlarged reduce ability spell. Let's see, 34.
I thought the 8.5 days was everything already contributed with Sao, because it was 34. 34 divided by 2 is 17. Divided by 2 is like 8.5 roughly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So 8.5 days.
Yeah.
All right.
So the channeling would be done at this point because the tower and the channeling are done on the same day.
The channeling would be done, yes, because you're all pitching into this as well.
Yeah.
Hey.
So you can see because the runes have yet to be completed though. But the magic is being held in the tower, awaiting those runes to be for it to be sort of cemented in there.
Absolutely.
Well, it would only take
Perfect.
Vellum, what, 2 days? Like he'd get there halfway through the construction, and then the runes get implemented in the later 4 days, 4.5 days.
I think if I remember right, obviously correct me if I'm wrong because my memory's awful, but once we got this part applied, we could get moving on the road and apply the runes later? Is that what I remember, or am I thinking from a different discussion?
I think you're confusing things.
Well, I
I think
stand
that was
corrected.
before we decided to just do it all here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's see.
So yeah.
So the 10 runes, major shifting rune. So one day, Sayun chipping in, watering that time.
What do you think?
And with that transmutation spells of the you know what, I think this is it completed.
That's what I was saying in our pre-game talk. Like, if we look at the times, it's just done.
I think at this point we all just want it to be done, so let's say it's done. Sounds a little cheesy, but all that's missing is the runes, which would take such a negligible amount of time.
Yep.
Alright, so I will take that 20 pounds of gold out, because that's what would have contributed to the runes.
Mm-hmm.
Boop.
So,
yeah, sorry, continue.
you can see the immaculately carved runes on the side of the tower humming with transmutation energy. And
step.
Dragnir sort of steps forward beside you. So, lad, what's going to be its command word?
I've got to think on that one here. I know. Oh god, I can't select my character. Maybe if I do this.
I think you just drag yourself on, sure.
Yeah, just drag yourself on alongside the party icon.
I was thinking maybe you could have the command word be bread
just
baker.
going to... A little. It is on the nose. It is on the nose. But close. I'll slap the energy of creation, as if he were creating adamantine. He'll slap it with a mighty hand and shout the following word. Boom!
Insert word slur here.
I can't say that one in a Christian server.
You shout out. Sorry?
I was just wondering why I can't understand that.
Because you do not speak that language.
Liska speaks Dwarven.
Yeah, she
It's
speaks
not Dwarven.
Yeah, he's
Dwarven.
been
Oh.
speaking Dwarven.
Oh.
It does
As,
look like it says smarts.
Oh my god, it does!
SMARTS.
But with a J.
Yeah, it looks like it says smarts.
Smarts.
When
Can
I
I just
read
speak what it sounds like in trade tongue? It just sounds like he's yelling.
Smarts!
Smarts.
As you shout out this deep sort of guttural word, and you watch as this enormous tower begins to like the shifting bricks from Diagon Alley in Harry Potter. You watch all of the runes begin to light up, and the enormous sort of cyclopean bricks begin to shift inwards, shrinking individually one by one before it begins to, in a span of mere moments, about a minute, shrinks down to a small, tiny model of itself. About hand-sized.
The 1-inch cube specifies.
1-inch cube then. There we go.
Don't put it in your teeth.
Yeah, you'll lose a tooth to that one.
Or a life.
More like a life.
Perfect.
So I will say
Final channeling.
this is assuming that you have purchased it from Dengar. Well, that's 18,000. So mark off that money.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say, all right, figure out exactly how we do that.
Right?
And
Ready?
this crowd of workers kind of looks on in amazement as you've just shrunk this massive tower into practically nothing.
I think the more amazing part might be the fact that when the thing's completed, it's solid adamantine, Janner.
So I did specify in the recipe that it's solid like adamantine. It's not made out of adamantine, but the magic itself is making it. It's functionally
As
the
strong
same.
as.
Yeah, as strong as.
Oh, okay.
It's because, you know.
I did not catch that.
Yeah, that because if you made it out of solid adamantine, that would be like a small nation's worth of gold put into this thing, you know. But
Alrighty.
for flavor's sake, it's made out of stone, but the magic is what makes it as solid as adamantine.
I understand now.
It's still impressive we managed to kick it all together in like a week and a bit.
Yeah, because you all chipped in.
Power of teamwork.
Makes the dream work.
So 9 days.
Mm-hmm.
8.5, but you know.
Effectively 9 days.
Effectively 9 worth of 9 work days.
Yeah.
Armish tower building moment.
Mm-hmm. I look forward to making this tower in your foundry.
The Amish instant barn.
Oh, I did have a question for when this dramatic conclusion is reached.
Mm-hmm.
Did Rasmus ever get back to us about the communication stuff? Because I didn't want to interrupt the important, stuff.
Yeah. So she came back to you on the day after she left. looks like she may have used the Nexus again and come back. This will be the third day rather. Day back and forth. Regardless, she does return to you with a pair of sending stones.
Ah, good. I had a feeling they would be.
I would, and she kind of says to you, I would recommend keeping in touch more frequently.
Yeah, I can definitely manage that.
Especially with the situation going on in what might be coming to Tanzia soon.
So, like, do you want weekly, monthly, and how often do you want us to be calling?
That is up to you, but preferably more frequently. Whenever you are not, in mortal danger.
Alright. Can't promise it will be too interesting, but I'll make sure that happens.
Of course, it's just so I know that you're not dead.
That wouldn't be a problem. Anyway, I appreciate this. Means our resident spellcasters have less to worry about. Sorry. The Vellum voice does a tickle sometimes, and I hate it. Yeah, you know what? I will, Janner.
Because you said you wanted to do a...
Yeah,
okay.
I did admittedly forget about the thing I DM'd you earlier on because I was focusing on the epic craze.
23. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Val doesn't know much, but he knows people, apparently.
You see her soul.
I would be very concerned if I saw her soul. That means the Morborg had a stronger effect than I would have liked.
Yeah. She... again, she has been... She does have that more chipper attitude in, like, in the previous months when you saw her. But it looks like she's trying to...
Is it forced?
Yeah, best way I can say is it's forced. Like her mind has constantly been elsewhere. You with a 23, you notice occasionally she kind of fidgets with her ring finger, and you notice she's no longer wearing her wedding ring.
I hate you, Avon.
Jeez.
I hate you, Avon. You were right. You were fucking right.
Hey
She's
man,
been divorced.
it's hard being this
Or
good.
as a widow.
She seems to no longer be of the married persuasion.
Don't go for the rebound.
I'm not. The fact that you think I would, I'm just like, damn it. The memes became truth. Anyway.
Well, same goes both ways. If you need us for anything, then I'll try and keep us nearby.
Very well. I hope to hear from you all soon. Let me know when you're back on the road.
Will do.
The timer is ticking, shall we say? He kind of taps her non-existent wristwatch.
The wristwatches that don't exist.
I mean, clockwork exists.
Oh, yeah, fair point. I always thought they would be like pocket watches or big chunky things. Are we to the point of technology where wristwatches are a thing?
Bro, actually, that's
hypothetically.
Clockwork? Anyone?
Well, yeah, but like clockwork, miniaturizing clockwork is a whole other.
Yeah, it's a fair point, actually.
I don't think so because of where we're at with matchlocks and firearms.
Yeah, clocks would be
There is
more...
common magic items that do tell time, but kind of a vague thing, isn't there?
Yeah,
we can figure that out later. Janner
Yeah.
can make wristwatches canon or not.
Clocks are more like personal clocks are more akin to say like the larger sort of, I forgot what you call them, the larger disc
Pocket
ones. Pocket watches, yeah. Yeah, not small enough to fit around the wrist, yeah, so fucking retcon,
Someday we'll get
retcon.
Backtrack.
Shit.
Shit, we
Well,
found out,
we'll
boys.
we'll be on the road soon enough. Hopefully, once we're done with this current project, something to help safeguard us while we're on the road. It should at least make travel there a little easier, so we won't get held up as much.
I notice you're working on a bit of a large project, if rumors are correct.
That would be the case. Angus has it in his head of managed to acquire some kind of incomplete tower that we're working on. I'm knocking up the catalyst for it, and everyone else with the magic inclination is doing their thing when I hand them off. Bit above my head, but oh well.
Maybe I could chip in a little bit of money. Call it a good investment to keep my prized fighter safe.
I don't like the sussy behavior, but you know what? That is going to get an eyebrow raise from that. No, far be it from me to question the nature of a generous amount of aid. You seem. It seems rather, no offense of course, frivolous of you. You seem like a very fiscally sensible woman, and it seems now that you are the lavish meals for breakfast and the eager willingness to contribute to a group of people you, in all honesty, known very short time.
Well, dear, if you don't want my help, just say so.
I'm happy for it. I'm just concerned about what's prompted. Call it a concern for the well-being of our employer.
Vellum, you are sweet, but it is simply just making an investment in my moneymakers, if you will.
Insight.
Make an insight check.
8.
Yeah, I mean, she can be a bit sketchy at times, but she's always been fairly honest.
Makes sense. It does actually make sense. Well, alright. I just figure I'd check. Didn't want it, seeming like you were splashing the cash a bit much.
Oh, Vellum, you have no idea how lined my pockets are with gold. How deep my coffers are.
Well, I don't doubt it's sizable.
But if you don't want my help, that is fine.
Well, I'm pretty sure I'd get kicked by everyone else if I didn't accept it, so I graciously accept your very kind offer.
Very well, then. I'll see about, my bodyguards are fairly strong lads in their own right. Perhaps they might be able to help with a bit of manual labor and a bit of extra gold to motivate them.
Wouldn't that, I assume you have more of them, or are you planning on just...
Of course, dear.
Alright then. Well, if you ever need to find me, I'll be working on the runes with the others.
Very well then. I plan to stay here for about a day, and then I'll most likely head back to Tech Tahoe's, get things ready.
Sounds good. You will be hearing from us soon.
I should hope so. And with that, she kind of spins around, makes her exit.
and Vellum will get back to work for the continuation of the week.
Alright, so now that your tower is effectively complete, thanks to a massive undertaking by so many of you, what would you like to do?
Well, I need to sort for the fact that I have to pay the guy for it, but I have all the coins that I need for that after getting paid. So that's not a concern for me.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm gonna deduct that and tell you what I do to actually pay for it. At this point, we have the tower, it's built and it's functional, right?
Yes.
Furniture.
Do you want to buy furniture? Do you want to make it? Either way.
Yeah, making furniture could be fun, but I'd have to either find stone things or
Play
wood things.
I mean, that we can do on the road. Furniture is pretty.
Hey,
that's fair. That's fair.
Hey, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I do have my tools. I can wood carve.
Perfect.
I can carpentry.
We will do that.
Playing Angus's dollhouse.
It'll be a dwarven fortress with orcish furnishings.
Furnishings and highlights.
I am now interested in buying things again.
Let's throw some alchemic tapestries in there as well, just to really confuse the fuck out of anyone who walks in.
No.
Yeah, let's throw a torment furnace in there as well.
Oh God!
You gotta keep the place warm. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do want to go to the August Tower to get those poisons.
Ah, yes. I believe it was it one poison?
I think I was gonna get two because of the size of my quarry.
Right. Okay. So 2 Magebane poisons.
Yes.
Okay. So considering you are a member of the group which makes these, it's four members of the group. The Ebony Enclave. Just we'll say you are able to get them for cheaper than normal. We'll say about 1,500 gold each. These nasty, powerful potions.
Of course.
Well, I mean, money talks. Expensive. Rare things are expensive.
Yeah, I know. Damn it. Well, there goes take the 1,000 gold out of my.
Okay, and you also between sessions talked to Kajesh about a black market, a certain black market item.
Drugs.
Yeah. No, this one's
not
this
quite
one's,
drugs.
It's not drugs this time.
No. I wanted to try and re-roll a persuasion to knock the price down a little bit more to see if I could.
That's asking to tempt fate.
Okay then. So there are diminishing returns for these, but you can attempt it.
I'm going to attempt it. Since it was an hour since I did that, drunk of that shit. So let's see what we get.
20. Nice. Better than your previous 18. So you are able to haggle that down to about 8,000 gold.
Oh, well, that's gonna take up all my money.
Wait, hang on. No, sorry. 18. You haggled it down from 10,000 to 8,500. So with a better roll, you will be able to haggle it down more. Let's see. We'll say 7,000.
Okay, then that'll leave me with a little bit, but okay.
So, do you want to try and tempt fate again?
What was the original price?
10,000.
Okay, and you've gotten it down to 85.
No, 7,000.
Shame you didn't bring any of the hagglers or merchants with you.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, that, and plus I'm in other Underhollows.
Yeah, you're in an illegal place, that's fair.
So I didn't want to bring friends that could potentially ruin the deal. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be strapped for cash for a bit. It's fine.
All right. So 7,000. You go with that price?
Me. However, gonna leave me with. Look at it here. Math.
Math. So as you do math, I'm just going to pause the recording here. Okay, so Angus, going back to Dengar to sort out that price. Okay,
exactly, if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gonna, have to make his way back there. After getting paid, this is all done. Maybe it's a case of, hey, here you go. See, I told you I can do it. Here's the money, bang, sort of deal. So he's gonna need to find out where this guy is at. I'm guessing he's gonna be in the Duunhollow district.
Yeah, last kind of asking around, it's not too difficult to find out where he is. Rumour spreads. He's a fairly famous person here in Duunhollow. He is at the Duunhollow Forge.
Fantastic. Well, he'll seek him out, and eventually, I believe he'll locate him. Unless he's playing the world's master chess game of hide and seek. Lad, pardon. Wait, Duunhollow.
Oh, aye.
Oh, screen was like, oh, yep, no, loading. Aye, howdy there, lad. I have wonderful news.
Do you know?
Aye, we have finished construction. All is well. The deed was able to be accomplished, and I'm here to do right by price. I have some useful things for you, and quite a bit of money I believe I owe you. Yeah.
He kind of leans in, intrigued.
I believe you may be wanting some of these. And he is going to start throwing, because are we in a more private area?
You can be. He kind of leads you off to a more secluded area of the Duunhollow district, away from the various crowds of
followers and
followers,
various acolytes and
struggling for the word.
Well, he'll find a spot where he
that's
can set something on. Also, use pretty strong reverb on that voice, makes it a little hard to understand. Yeah, it's no problem. I figure you might want some of these, as he starts taking out some platinum slats and throwing them in front of them on the table. I do believe we agreed on 18,000 golden coins worth, eh?
Hey, 18,000? Lever.
What?
It's gonna be the opposite.
Yeah, it's gotten even worse.
Oh god.
Yeah, he is muffled speaking through a helmet.
Hang on.
He's got his welding helmet on.
Yeah, fuck it to the voice changer.
Inside a well, yeah.
Something to test before next week.
I think you still have your face mask on. I can't quite hear you.
Right. He kind of lifts his welding mask up.
There you go.
Right, 18,000 gold coins worth. Let's see here. I believe that comes
Give
to
you that
180 slats.
Well, I had given you that 1 diamond before as a down payment, worth about 5,000.
That is correct.
Well, I figure a lad like you could probably use more magical diamonds that are difficult to come by. So I've got another second one. That's about 10,000 worth there, and that would leave about 80 slats worth for the difference. Does that sound fair to you?
You know what? That sounds mighty fine, lad.
1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. And so 78 and 79 and 80.
No, I'd like to say it kind of gathers all the sats, all the diamonds, puts them in a secure satchel. You know, I'd like to come round and see this thing in action.
I absolutely would like for you to.
All right then, lead the way, lad.
Of course. Oh, by the way, you seem like the lad that would know. Unless I'm going to the wrong dwarf. But one of me friends there, Lassie, she's got this wonderful cute little handkerchief, but she unfolds it a dozen some odd times and there's just a hole in the ground. Do you know where something like that could be found? Say if I wanted to transport large amounts of stone.
Kind of thinks to himself for a moment. I don't see many of them around, lad. I know I was I myself was given one by the crown quite some number of years ago for storage of my own materials.
That's a very difficult item to get then, it seems.
Aye, very much so.
Damn. Alright. Well, I understand.
Out of my own curiosity, whereabouts did you happen upon one of them? Whereabouts did you get it?
The big blue one, what with the horns, Liska has it. I want to say it was found within a hoard of a dragon, if I recall. Oh, gee, I wasn't paying so much attention. Some people acquire things and I don't notice where.
Was it that the lair of that dragon you mentioned just Slade in the morning book?
I believe so, more than that. I think that was her.
Well, that would certainly
we can always
explain
ask her. I mean, she should be around that area, either that or the Hunter's Keep, which, you know, if you feel like taking a long way around and enjoying a drink on a cart is, you know, not too bad of a deal.
You know, I wouldn't mind a break. I've been at the forge all day. Can't look at my sweating. He kind of brushes his forehead with his large meaty hand. It just slaps a bunch of sweat off of his brow. I'm sorry, lad.
No, it happens. Alright. Well, let's get a nice cool drink then. Pulls out his alchemy jug. Alright, let's see what it will be. No, we'll decide on the way.
And with that, yep. Dengar's a nice guy. He pays the 2 silver for the both of you for the cart.
Oh, that's nice.
And he's going to both make your way around. Yeah. You both grab a beer along the way. Make your way to the Duunhollow district. Not Duunhollow district. The airship dock. The in-construction airship dock. And there is the look of amazement on his face is one of a kind. He has very likely been seeking to complete this this magical item for many years, and he's just never gotten around. He's just never gotten the time to actively work on it. So you can see the look of pride in his face as he just takes in this mastery of dwarven craftsmanship.
I'd be saying that I'd probably be doing this, the day it was completed, so that way, anyone who wants to be there can.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you should be right proud of yourself, lad.
Well, I had plenty
Well
of help
done.
from my friends.
Oh, aye. Who came up with that little orientation of the runes there? I wasn't in my plans, but no, I wish it was.
Oh, well, if you're looking at the actual runes themselves, they and the catalysts were crafted by none other than Willem Harbridge. The Sunsmith lad. He was in charge of that. As far as optimization of any placements, that would have to be the other orc class. That'd be Sau. Most of the hefty stones that had to be set in the foundations, Liska helped around with. Many of the magics, such as the actual shrinking and enlarging, would be the snake class, the jar. We had moral support there with, where is he? Granka. And there you go.
Hello.
He's like a team mascot.
Hello.
Oh, okay. So
There's plenty of teamwork done.
So you just finished it today, then?
Aye. Bit past noon.
Mighty fine effort.
Wouldn't have been done anywhere near as cheaply, or not cheaply, but profitably, or as quickly without Sau. I think you could enjoy a talk with her. You and good old, Sparkbeard over there about all of this, as he gestures to the work in progress dock.
And yeah, his eyes sort of light up as he kind of makes his way around to the sides, the back of this tower. He kind of turns over towards Sparkbeard, who's kind of occasionally kind of admiring the work done on the stone tower, and also sort of trying to what's the word for it? Command and organize the workers around this airship port. Hey, Grognir, how did you achieve this part here? And with that, they kind of begin talking with each other about various techniques used in the tower. You are free to do your you are free to go about your own. Yeah. Free to go about your own tasks as you see fit.
Brought NPC over for the purpose of if you want to discuss your airship in the airship dock. So,
sorry, my mind just blanked for a moment. So NPCs are over. But Janet decided to set them off to talk with themselves.
Yep, they're free to.
Yep.
You're free to talk with them if you like.
He pointedly brought them over so you could if you wanted to. Seems that they're sort of unified in conversation talking about the tower, but I can't see why you can't be like, well, so about this place. If you want to start earning points on that nepotism chart for making your own airship.
Nepotism chart.
Alright. Rude, but I get you. Yeah, Sao sort of slowly wanders over, mostly listening to the conversation for a moment as she's just sort of idly looking about the airship hall, as it practically is.
You kind of hear their conversation. So, Grognir, how long until this thing's done? This whole cavern's done? About we'll call it a couple of years yet. We've yet to perfect the technology of the airship. Oh, you must be Sao Yun.
That is me, and I couldn't help but overhear. You guys built this area before you decided to perfect the airships?
Well, but the technology's still a work in progress. You kind of have to. You kind of have to meet in the middle. You see, you have to. You can't have the airship without a place to put it. Yeah, but you can't have a place to put it without an airship. You know, so we need to both. It both need to be completed together, if you will.
I get you. I've been tinkering with some ideas of my own.
Oh?
Hmm?
Go on, lad. You're tinkering with what ideas exactly?
Most of it is on paper so far. I've always been troubled with how to make, something that is large enough to carry people, but not, most of it being just the manner of propulsion.
Propulsion is something that I've always struggled with when it comes to this idea of ships that float in the air. I've always, ever since I do believe the Inventors Guild struggled with that same problem when they were trying to create those steamboats down in Duunhollow. Whether or not the metal would sink or if it would float on the water. It's a similar principle with if you're trying to float it in the air. The type of propulsion we've been, the Inventors Guild's been thinking of, it's like propellers, that sort of thing. Be a mighty feat of a clockwork engineer, I tell that.
Similar principle behind a windmill.
Aye. And maybe if we can get our hand on some laystone, like that, like the big thing that you work with, Dengar. It kind of slaps Dengar on the shoulder, and it kind of occurs to you, and in that moment, that massive, like, inverted iceberg of a crystal hanging from the center of the Duunhollow Forge is a massive crystal of laystone.
There's a moment where Sarah just sort of narrows her eyes as if she's trying to look at something, but she's just sort of staring out into the distance. It's just sort of, oh, that is an interesting idea.
Aye, right. And Dengar kind of comes back with, well, I don't know if be able to find that much laystone to power an entire fleet of airships. You know how the imps are with their laystone technology.
You
The
could
Guardians
take
is
it different way. If you have propellers first, and then you have some kind of an engine to power something that could drive lift, you could reduce mass from clockwork engineering. Then you'd need something to generate lift.
well, I had thoughts about mass quantities of erudite enchanted with a certain type of spell. What's that spell called?
Levitate?
Levitate. That's it. And then let the wind do the work.
You would be at the mercy of the weather then. Not a bad idea, but not much control.
I mean, aren't sailing ships already at the mercy of the wind?
In principle, yes. In practice, the current of the oceans are also in effect.
I mean, fair point.
You also have the control of people pushing oars if the ship is small enough, or if you have enough people.
The guild's been workshopping this idea for years.
I've been toying with an idea, though I don't have anything currently, besides on paper. But something elemental.
Elemental? He kind of Grugnir kind of strokes his long kind of bristly white beard. But how would you I mean, like, elementals? Contain them? How would you contain them?
But that's kind of the thing. On one hand, you could do directly elementals and contain them, but that is a whole different ball game in terms of securing them. You could do essences, but that is also very volatile.
I think containing elementals that'll be right dangerous, lass. Elementals are temperamental in nature.
Sao just casually glances over to Grunka and then just back. I know.
Grunka's looking down in the lava and thinking really hard if he can fish in it.
Dangerous thought.
Oh no. Maybe
I might share some ideas with you a bit later, but I do have some ideas.
Well, tell you what, lass. At the end of the day, if you come back here, I'll when I'm finished work for the evening, we can go through some of those notes. Maybe share a few ideas.
I do have one question.
Aye?
This is mostly just a principle thing. Would you have propulsion on something airship-like? Would you have it at the main core of the ship, or would you have it out where the engines are, so to speak?
Honestly, the most effective way would probably be 4 in total. One on each
Axis?
Aye. 2 on the port, 2 on the starboard.
That was my thought too.
Need to look up ship terminology.
Gotta love it when you have to make your DM learn things.
Yeah, yeah.
Learn, motherfucker.
On that note, Jenner, I don't think I have that much more to talk about for Sal's side.
Okay. So,
not right now, at least.
Yeah.
My brain is sort of blanking a little.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of you all three of you kind of make small talk for the moment, talking about your experiences in the Morbog, what's been told by Angus, these ideas of the history of this idea of travel through the air that's not on say bird or dragonback. Various sort of attempts at airborne machinery in the past, and you spend a good few hours talking each other's ears off about such topics. And needless to say, this isn't Dengar's area of expertise. So eventually, you kind of see him off. And he takes one last admiring look at the tower before he kind of nods towards Angus, pats him on the shoulder, and you will see him off.
Still find it hilarious that the dwarves are trying to make airships.
We don't like this guy, but we want to go to it so we can tell it to fuck off.
Yeah, pretty
and
much.
they do it in the most dwarven way fashion by making preparations for the actual thing instead of, making the thing first.
Well, you see, what they did was they did make an airship. It's called a tank, and it's exposed to air.
So
As opposed to most dwarven things that are underground. So, if anything, Angus made the first dwarven airship.
technically
You're not wrong.
correct. Best kind of correct.
Kind of correct.
That
Yeah.
kind of correct.
Yeah. Same way.
Same brain
wavelength.
cell.
We all share one brain cell. So, what more do you want to do here in Duunhollow?
Well, we have half a day, and
This is going to get her boat.
yeah, let's go get our bow while we figure out the particulars. And
Yeah.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
your bow.
I'll say Liska did that relatively early, and
Yeah.
she's just been practicing.
Oh,
Yeah.
check in on your armor as well. Maybe 8 days is enough to finish it.
Oh, yeah, sure, why not?
Maybe.
Liska's going to come over and, judging by that tone, maybe not, but she's going to come over and check her armor.
Okay. So the armor is not quite done. It's certainly seeing some significant progress with that massive amount of adamantine you gave Bravik. So I think it was only the pauldrons? No, it was the leggings and the sort of cuirass that needed to be finished. Let's see here. I think the leggings are about half done, and they are looking immaculate, by the way. Yeah, but perhaps you may be so inclined to name this set in the future. Who knows?
In the future, yeah.
Something to mull
Once
over
it's
in
done.
Dinosaur Land.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like it's just been sitting there uncompleted these past 8.5 days. Because it was a few months since you left Duunhollow and then came back here.
Well, yeah, but he also had a whole lot less material to
Yep, true.
work with.
Okay, so give it a few more weeks. It should be done. Maybe give it 3 weeks.
All right, guys. So we're staying for 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh,
I
hell no.
swear to fucking.
I will strangle you.
I could not.
Yeah. Cool. That's good enough for me.
All right then. And there's very little conversation with Bravik, as he is just completely engrossed in his work. Now that he has that the necessary adamantine to finish up this project, he's just a full focused, tunnel visioned on this entire thing.
You know, I have an orc friend that... I'm just kidding.
No.
just so young, withered from 8.5 days of work.
No, he
There's a
needs
reason I'm
rest.
about to go to Angus for something instead of Sal.
At this point, I just want to buy a simulacrum scroll so I can actually do stuff
Get
on
some
my
fucking
own.
help.
Yeah.
Yep. Junior, I DM'd you, so
Let's see here.
Is Avon done with what he was doing, or?
I mean, we never actually... Is there
Oh yeah, you
anything
never got to the
do
bow
with
part, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go bathroom when you do that. We're back.
Okay, so the bow is complete for that 100 gold you paid him. I will add that to your inventory after the session.
Awesome. And yeah, Liska's just gonna practice shooting arrows with it. For most of the time she's not needed, just to kind of get used to actually firing a bow. She's used ranged weapons before. It's just been a while.
I just imagine, like, at the archery range, you just see.
Yeah, yeah. These arrows are pretty much the size of javelins.
I mean, I could make. Sorry, continue. But yeah, sorry. Is that Iska?
Yep, I think so.
All right, cool. After the, I guess festivities, celebratories, done. Vellum's gonna make his way over to Angus.
Well, it's definitely shaped up rather nice.
You know, I think it did. Fine work on the catalysts. You know, they're nice and solid.
Well, I
He
mean,
pulls
that's
out
the
the
easy
little,
part.
little
isn't it?
inch
You-
cube and looks at it. Very detailed.
Well, you lot put in the most of the work. Though, I did have a bit of business I wanted to finish up before we head out tomorrow.
Oh,
And I know you just got done with the whole thing, and he sort of moves to gesture where it was, but then it's tiny now, so he just sort of moves his hands down to Angus's palm.
But I could really appreciate your help. I was planning on figuring out Mithril as soon as I can. And I think
Me
I
too.
remember yeah, I think I remember you talking about it a while back. So I figured, why not work together? I could get some help because I'll admit my focus is a little bit lacking lately. And you can pick up the metal with me.
you know, that sounds wonderful. I'd love to do it.
Sounds good then.
And we will find some way to set up shop and get
Alright.
that roll. So I need to make a roll with advantage to see if we actually succeed on this bunk. Also, Janitor, my
What
macros
are
are
you
broken,
making?
so I can only do these tools from the sheet, apparently.
Wait, what?
Macros are borked, but we can deal with that in the in-between. What the hell are my tools? Oh, yeah. I'll just get it from up here. That's the smart. Before I go doing this roll, is there anything that Angus can contribute that
Yes,
needs to be done
so
beforehand?
pause.
Yes.
What exactly are you doing?
I am making a tool check. And the result of that determines the success of this. We'll say. For simplicity.
All right, so I ask. All right, so how are you gonna approach this? Are you taking your time with it? Are you trying to make small, fine details?
Well, the idea is to thematically, it's finding the right melting point, checking its consistency of the metal in its liquid state, so we know how malleable it is when it's cooling, and then cooling it, and then shaping it. Just step by step, experimenting, figuring out all the capabilities of this metal. And
Right.
I assume just as we go, just sharing our insights with each other,
All
being
right,
like, "Ooh, try it like this."
Allow me to rephrase. What ability check are you trying to query?
Oh, dexterity, because you need dex to use mithril. Sorry, I thought you meant thematically and roleplay wise.
Yeah, awesome.
Ah,
There you go. You have advantage.
well, I had advantage anyway because you're helping me.
Yes.
So do
Now
neither
it's
of y'all?
doubly sure.
So.
Oh
question.
wait, no,
So
yeah,
neither
you're
of y'all
asking for.
know mithril. How to work mithril?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is what's confusing me. You're saying that if you don't know how to work it, you can work it at a penalty.
Yeah. The
And if
DC
you
is
succeed, you then have learned how to work it.
double. Yes.
Yeah. So
Is that
yeah,
correct?
The DC is so. What's the base DC?
Base DC of mithril is +2.
No. What's the base DC of doing a check?
Oh, the doing the check is just that table I put down. Say you're just doing steel. That's the flattest DC you can do.
Okay, that DC is doubled if you aren't being instructed.
Okay, that's what I was saying before.
And the DC
Because it specifies the mod. The DC is doubled unless you have the instructions or plan, in which case the DC mod is increased by 2 instead. They specify mod, which is what is really making me believe, as I said, a 12 DC spear is actually 24 if you don't know how to work the material.
Oh yeah, I get what you see with the wording.
Because it specifies modifier.
Yeah, if you have plans for it. Yeah, if you have instructions or plans for it, it's only increased by 2 instead if you don't know how to work the material. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're making a spear, I guess you can say that you have plans to make a spear. And you do that, like... Or you could just go visit the dude who's making Liska's armor, because he knows how to work mithril, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I mean, we could always just find a smith that knows how to make mithril and have him teach us while we make something. Now that
That would take significantly more time and money, in which case that would be adding more.
Well, we could either, with that new information, we can either...
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say in the chat before.
Right, yeah, sorry, I misunderstood what you meant because I didn't realize the wording was that particular. So we can still take a whack at it, it'll just be a bit harder. Or we could go find somebody to teach us, which might take longer.
Because that's what I'm thinking. It seems like people don't want to stay here very long, so we might want to take a whack at it. Because you said you have enough to have multiple attempts.
Yes,
my
if
suggestion...
we work for at least 4 hours, which is, I figure, a part of the half of the day we have left, I can do 2 checks.
Well, if that's the case,
Wait, guys.
2 check... What?
Y'all want +4?
Sure.
I mean, if that was available.
So hear about this instead. Instead of the enhanced ability, I'll guidance you and I'll aid you, and then Sayun can do her thing. So you'll be getting mod plus double proficient. Well, yeah, mod plus your proficiency or expertise in this case, plus D4 plus 4, plus all that.
All right. Sounds like we have it. So just so I have it clear in my head. Oh, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
No, you had a question. Go
Yes.
for it. It might affect my answer.
Yeah. Question in this case. I'm crafting with you with the aid. So is Sayun. Do we all learn how to work this material? Or just...
I don't see why not. Technically, we are all involved in its construction.
I mean,
What do you think, Jenner?
It would make sense that you all learn how to make mithril.
Okay.
If you're all involved. Just like
Okay.
just like rune crafting,
Yeah, because the whole idea behind this is it's experimentation, and we're sharing our thoughts and theorizing how to work the metal as we're doing it, testing techniques and all that business. Okay, so
Because I want to know if we needed to redo this.
I just had to be sure. Luckily, this has come up now because I've just had instruction before, so I've already learned shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just double check the DC I need to hit. So the DC base is double, so we need to get at least 20 to succeed in this. So let me get the roll up.
In fact,
So
I just
you're-
add a flat +4 to it is something.
Dexterity, situational bonus.
Yeah, that's very good. That's the maximum of what my aid could potentially be. So I am gonna do guidance on you.
Is that a D4?
I think.
Yep. Plus
Yes.
one, plus
let
one
me
D4.
actually. If you're
So-
doing.
So
Are
my
you
mod
doing
is
it
plus
through
a
your sheet?
D4 plus 4. Okay, so 1d4 plus 4. I have advantage because of help.
Yep.
34.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a 19, my boys.
I do believe that hits.
I would say you actually get it done an hour earlier.
You know the funny thing? That's actually enough to potentially get a masterwork.
Yeah, that you rolled a 19.
Oh wait, no, that would be 40. Yeah, sorry, I mixed for a
Oh,
semester.
okay.
We succeeded
So almost there. About 6 off.
someday, but we know how to work it, so that DC double is out the window now, and anything
What-
future
what-
make this good.
Hold on, is it based on your dice roll percentage, or is it based on something? Because it would be impossible for you to get a masterwork in this
It'd be
case.
impossible for me to get masterwork in this case. I misread the chart because I was stupid. I got my own stuff.
So you no longer
it.
need a DC to craft with mithril.
I have the usual +2 DC now. We know how to make it
Okay.
because
what about
before it was
say
doubled. So now it's
smelt?
fine.
What about using? What about making mithril ingots from mithril ore? Is there anything for that?
No clue. No, I don't think there's anything for it in the ruling.
Okay.
We can talk about that between session, but for
Because,
now, we have
that-
succeeded, boys.
That
There you go.
for that sort of stuff or into ingots, I would recommend checking your crafting recipes.
Oh, Mr. Fancy Man.
Yes, because I have
Very
added
well.
that.
I'll check that later so as
Wonderful.
not to hold us up. But we
Okay.
have a very nice mithril spear,
Nice.
which, if it's cool with everyone, I would like to sell because we need to make some money back.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Let's see, mithril. I don't know how much.
What is the price mod for mithril?
Mithril.
Price mod for mithril is 100, I believe, because it's multiplied by the value of the metal.
Okay, so mithril
So it's
is
100 times more expensive?
Yes.
So spear. So price for a spear is 1 gold. So 100 gold, so effectively.
I would also, since we are craftsmen of renown, I would like to attempt to haggle that a bit higher.
Ooh,
I mean, it's
okay.
not masterwork, but it's still made by reputable people.
Make me a persuasion
And it
check.
is- It is mithril.
Do we want to put our names on it?
Well,
Yeah.
Vellum, I mean, you two are welcome to, but Vellum only puts his brand on masterworks. But we could still use our reputation to try and get a little bit more for it. If you're comfortable with that.
Eh. That's a fair thing.
Yeah,
alright.
we'll roll a persuasion.
You only want to put your mark on fucking masterwork.
Yeah, that's without
I mean,
getting
it's
on
always been a trait of
bullshit.
Vellum. He's a perfectionist.
So you're able to haggle that up to about I'll say 120.
That's more than we would have gotten before. I'll just take it.
All right. So go ahead and add 120 gold.
I'm gonna divvy that out between the three of us since we all worked on it.
Okay.
Time for math in the background
40.
while we continue.
40. You will get 40 gold each.
I'm so fucking terrible at math. I couldn't figure that out in my head.
Question: Where are you
Well,
getting?
Me, bro.
Where are you getting that it's 100 times more price?
Because the value
Or
of
whatever.
mithril is 100 gold per ingot.
But the price mod for something in mithril under your sheet says times 4.
Well, those changed because we had. You remember we had to change the price mods due to the value and rarity of metals in gen as well.
Yes, understood. Never mind. Disregarding the sheets there. Understand.
It's fine. Disregarding those, yes, but the rule of thumb is the value of the metal is the multiplier.
Got it. That makes complete sense.
So 40 gold each.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, we making mild bank.
Well, Bank, you could feed a family for like 10 years on it.
Mild bank. Alrighty, I think
So
that's
it's-
the only thing I really.
But it's a
have to
very
do.
humble dinner.
It is very
For
For
humbling.
5 years, and it's a very nice dinner.
Yeah. Side note, Janner, Flash of Genius is missing from my sheet.
Wait, what?
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh, no,
Okay.
Got a
so-
lot
no
to
longer
fix
a
in between
genius.
sessions, Janner.
Oh, no. Yeah, I'll fix that after the game.
Alrighty, but yeah, I think that's all of our business in Duunhollow finally. And then tomorrow we can fuck off home. We can fuck off home right now if we want to, or we can get a good night's sleep and then fuck off back to the wall.
I mean, we can fuck off and then get a sleep at the wall, then leave.
That's actually a better idea. I like that.
I would actually argue we get some furniture for the tower.
I mean, you're more than welcome to vendors exist.
I'm going
yeah,
to be out
yeah.
of money.
Furniture is
Hey.
surprisingly cheap compared to, adventuring items. So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
really hope arrow catching shields are more common than
You know
here.
what? Fuck
because-
it. I'm gonna throw the 40 gold I just got. I'm gonna throw that into buying furniture.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I don't think you'll have to do
An
that.
investment.
Well,
I don't care.
for 40 gold, you can get some really nice furniture. Some really nice dwarven furniture.
This is for the
There you
tower,
go.
remember?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll be doing the same for mine.
Oh, really, really nice furniture then.
I'm probably going to spend
If
mine on
that's the
Mithril.
case, I would go do that. If that's the case, with 80 collective gold, is it fair to sort of hand wave the costs of furnishing?
You know
This
what?
thing?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say that's fair.
Nice.
So long as you're not like
Awesome.
adding like a fucking dragon head into your tower or anything like that.
No, I'm gonna do that, but I already have
Solid
one of those.
gold toilet seats.
I don't have to buy that.
Yeah.
Does it have plumbing?
It's Windows.
We
Questions
can
for
magic
later.
it away with precipitation.
Gross.
Fucking cleaning stone that shit.
Prestidigitation, that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
gonna wipe my ass with a cleaning stone. Great.
We went very
It
different
magically
directions with that.
disappears. It is the most efficient means to prevent dingleberries.
Anyway.
Ah,
It's
yes.
it's like a
The
magical
dwarven butt bead.
I was like, what? You don't have beards coming out of your arse? I was like, oh,
We
no,
braid
not really.
ours. Braiding our hair aside, shall we continue?
Yeah.
You
Yes,
have a beard
please.
where the food goes in, and you have a beard where the food goes out.
Also just as bad to clean.
You will sicken me.
Mercy.
That brings a whole new meaning to the word flavor saver.
Oh, stop! Stop!
Mercy, Atlas, mercy, stop.
Alright. I hereby invoke the rule of let's get the fuck on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get
Yeah.
to Tanzia next session.
Maybe.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, goodbye
So-
Duunhollow and all your depressing totalitarian police stateness. And let's get back to the wall, shall we?
There is a final thing I'm gonna do before we leave,
Okay.
though.
Of course.
It's just a small thing. It's a very simple one. He's going to go to the Duneheart Forge, and he's gonna do some magic. Ooh.
Right,
Yes,
hang on.
it is
I'm gonna
time I
switch
update.
over to the Duunhollow Forge, man. Once Google lets me. Once Chrome
I
lets me.
think we can hand wave that, Janner.
Yeah, fuck it. Alright, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, you won't have to. So all he's gonna do,
Oh, there we go.
if this instance, oh Jesus, is the actual forge itself is a very important thing. Given his religion, his craft, and what he heard about, Oldmar and Mordra and everything. So this is a spiritually significant place.
It is.
So going to update his word of recall. Because he does not want to be sent back just to before the wall. If he's going to be going back to mainland, he at least wants to go back to a major city.
You hold your holy amulets to which ancestor god are you praying to here?
Yeah, I mean it's Dune, man.
Yep. Holding your holy
Dune
amulets
Heartforge.
to Dune, saying a quick prayer underneath your breath. And there's this flash of divine light in your eyes and your holy symbol, and you suddenly feel more grounded in this place than before. You feel the stone, the various veins of metal through the earth that have been left untapped here out of respect for the ancestor god of the forge, the Silvered Lord.
Very nice. Well, that's what he needed to do here, to have that.
At that point, you do catch Dengar along the way. So, you headed back?
Aye, it's about time that we move onward. We've resolved our ordeals here and what need to be done.
Well, I'll been having a chat with the princess these past couple of days.
Aye?
She's gonna be headed out for a while. Making her way to
Quirked
Duunhollow.
eyebrow. I thought she wasn't supposed to leave. Or this is a quiet head out.
It's a quiet head out. She told me to tell you that she told me to tell you. Should you ever want to see her again, or speak with her, she'll be at the temple.
I think I would. That would be nice. Would you be willing to pass a message on for me?
Aye, but of course.
Thank you. I've got one of these, you see. And I was thinking, it would be an expression of gratitude, considering everything that's happened. What with Pappy. Just taking the time to chat. So if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna reach up to his mustache and pluck off one of the little beads he had woven in. Would you pass this on the next time you see it?
Which bead is this? Which spell does it have?
I don't know. I just randomly did it.
Alright, roll a... how many beads do you have in your prayer beads?
Let us see. It did not specify.
I believe it... I think it's...
It says...
6.
How many... Is it 6?
I think it's 6, yeah.
6 is the maximum able to be found. Okay, well...
actually, hang on. 1, 2, 3... Oh, sorry, 4, rather.
Okay, awesome. Then it's...
Yeah, just roll me a d4.
D4? D20 is how it determined it.
Oh, right, yeah, okay. 17. Branding Smite. Alright. So you pluck off this sort of small pebble-shaped rune, sort of this sort of blazing light engraved into the rune itself. Gives it that slight hum of energy as you hand it over.
Something to, help her along the travels. Should she have to use that fuck-off hammer of ours?
Alright. I'll pass that message along. See if I can find a raven to deliver this.
I appreciate it. I don't really have the time myself. It's looking like we're wanting to head out tonight or in the morning, so...
You have a...
Thank you.
You have anything you'd like to say to her? Anything I can write on a letter to her?
Oh, well... His cheeks are a little red. That I would like to be in touch soon, and I'll pay a visit. And, you know... So Hearthwell becomes her anytime.
He's gonna make an insight check, actually.
Oh, it's gonna be pretty low, buddy. He's doing the whole little rocks on the heels to the toes, you know. Oh, yeah, well, you know.
Are you actively trying to deceive him? Like hide it, or...?
Very poorly, if that. It's more he's not directly addressing it. It's not that he's hiding as much as he is flustered.
There's a wry smirk that crawls over Dengar's well-braided, large bushy beard. The sort of corners of his beard perk up. Alright, I think I see what's going on. It kind of gives you a firm elbow to the shoulder.
Strictly professional, just strictly.
Of course. No, I'm very good at keeping secrets. Gives you a smirk.
I know it. Right,
Alright,
I will be off.
Official message to the princess. I will send that to her immediately. It says as he speaks up around the crowd.
Thanks.
Gives you a wink.
I best be off. He waddles away like he has somewhere important to be.
Alright. You waddle off back to the group. Okay, so headed back through the Nexus to the southern Ironsgate Wall. Okay, so you backtrack through the August Tower, without going into too much depth, because it's about 45 minutes until the session's over. But you hurry back through the August Tower, making your way back through the Waystone.
Are we all ready to leave? Is everyone done?
Yep. Is everyone ready?
Are we finally free?
Yeah.
Ready, check.
Ready, check for it.
Ready? Just be good.
Before we pull the bus.
Going to Tanzia Savage.
Leroy.
50 DKP minus.
Anyone need to use the bathroom before we go?
I'll do it on the way.
What's the worst image?
A little mote of light that streams across like a fucking shooting star through the sky. One comet from leaving a beautiful trail from one beacon to the other, all the way across the portal, and some poor sod in between and in the middle sees a single speck of shit descending through the sky.
God
damn it!
A looming shadow overhead.
And no one would
I
leave.
just think it'd be hilarious if just like we all get through and then everyone's just kind of standing there a little wobbly and then suddenly just like you just someone just like, oh, didn't time that right.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be sick. Shits himself. What the fuck, man? Most people vomit.
There is this flash of light as you all put your hands on the Waystone, one after the other. The entire world warps around you, and this undulating feeling in your stomach as you're pulled into this vortex of multicolored light down into the earth, and feel yourself shooting through this vortex of crystal before you will reappear at the Laystone, at the Waystone, the southern Ironsgate wall.
Oh, dwarves are not meant to do that. It's worse than being on a boat.
Well, I feel a lot better on this side.
I don't.
And let's not stop to give any pleasantries and fucking dive straight into dinosaur land if that's cool.
Okay. So
don't get me wrong, I like your NPCs, but fuck, I want to get into dinosaur country, man.
Okay. So
Wait till a lot of people will be like, "Hey, what's up there, blow kisses?"
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, sorry, can't
Don't
stop,
forget
gotta
you-
go, dinosaurs.
yeah.
Dejar needs to pick up that one thing that she
I
wanted.
think Vellum did that when he went to go pick it.
Yeah.
Just it wasn't addressed, I think, because
Yeah. We'll say like for the sake of not having to go like waking a day back and forth, fucking whatever. We'll say you've picked up what you need to in Duunhollow. We'll address that after the game.
yes.
But
There you go.
one thing that you are given before you head out, a small note has been left for you by Tikalia. It's a short letter. As Selma approaches and kind of hands it off to you, as she says her goodbyes to you. It's a simple letter saying that should you ever need Tikalia's aid again, do not hesitate to send her a message.
Oh, nice.
It seems
Yeah,
as
I
though
figured when
she
we-
has. It seems as though she has departed from the wall.
Well, I figured when we started taking a while to get back, she probably didn't want to stick around.
Zer says hi, goodbye.
As their stuff.
Yes, hello.
I'm
Creating a masterpiece, but goodbye.
Like, well, you're the one that's just like, goodbye, fuck everyone, and then she leaves.
Look,
Like, oh, wait,
in my defense, I didn't think
hello,
Zerth
goodbye.
would still be here.
it's cool like that.
No Irish goodbye for him.
Nope.
Right. Okay. So hang on. You grab my notes. Hang on. Where did I put my notes?
I don't know, where did you put yours?
I do not know.
That is a very important thing. How could you lose them?
It's been so long since Jenna planned
yeah.
to put it in Dinosaur Town. It was
I have placed my own
Much
note
like the
a few
dinosaurs,
times.
his notes would extinct.
Yes. Whew, and smoke.
Okay.
magic.
So, you all say your goodbyes, leaving the keep. The massive stone wall cracks down the centre and is parted by a pair of Takandan shamans with this rumble through the ground. You gaze out into the boggy landscape beyond. The trees are sparse and barren. The ground is drier than the Morbog. An earthly scent fills the air. Even on the other side of the wall here, even through the otherworldly influence of them, even though the otherworldly influence of the Morbog is held back by the great structure of the wall, its more mundane impacts in the surrounding landscapes are still felt here. And it's sort of difficult to see much beyond the faint fog that rolls in over the next day or so as you begin your trek out past the wall. Makes it difficult to see. The only thing you can see other faint torchlights that seem to have been sort of erected along this cobblestone path. All of your equipment prepared, your final checks done, following that cobblestone road, trundling your convoy out into the dead, dry brushlands beyond. The air is cold and clammy. Though where the faint motes of blackened ash once floated, you feel these faint trickles of rain from the overcast skies. You felt the same thing as you approached the northern wall here, where the golden rolling hills turned into boggy terrain. But as time goes by on your first day of travel, here we go.
No.
As time goes by on your first days of travel, the dead brush eventually gives way to grass. And for the first time in many, many weeks, dappled rays of sunlight peek through the clouds above. And with it, colour begins to return to the surrounding landscape. The fog begins to clear, and you see beyond rolling open plains of rust-coloured dust, earth and grass extend before you, and over the horizon, these large mountainous plateaus of tall red rock. A red desert-like landscape, like the Arizona desert, if you will. And with it, the clouds clear, blue skies greet you, and the sun bears down from above. You peer behind you to see the southern wall shrink to just another feature in the horizon. And you've made it to Tanzia. You've overcome the Morbog and its trials.
The not-so-depresso jungle.
Good to feel fun again.
Oh, hey, we got a road.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Welcome to the new travel map.
Oh, Jesus.
Suddenly, all the doors flew open. It's very windy.
I couldn't see.
This is fucking long.
Oh god, I'm gonna hit the rock! Oh wait, no, it's above me.
Can you see it?
Yep.
It actually fucking is.
Yeah, I could tell from the shadows that Jenner put in to be extra diligent.
Oh, I was looking for, like, slight
Bones. Bones.
Look at the bones.
With the giant.
Oh, it's a box, guys. It's a box. Look at the box.
Yeah,
It's not just any box. It's a
Little
building.
mile
Our
marker.
pings are different. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, they've been different for a while. We just never used them.
you can see as you're travelling this ancient path of partly buried stoneways that have just remained seemingly uncovered from wear and tear and use, and these enormous stone slabs are just massive. You can occasionally see passing what looks like these they almost look like waystones, but not. These are more like marker stones, so that you know you're still on the road. And sort of gold capped.
Are they actually gold capped?
They do seem to be gold capped, or at least gilded slightly.
I'm sure they're magically protected or patrolled or kill anyone who tries breaking them.
Yeah, let's not just enter a country and start fucking up infrastructure.
Yeah, what are we, the British Empire?
No. I just.
How
Wait,
would
do we
we
have
be
a flag?
fucking up the infrastructure?
By fucking up, like by stealing the waystones and stuff like that.
We're not going to. It's just a notion of like, how has nobody robbed these yet? These are the reasons why.
I'm more
Because if you
surprised.
try and take it, a CR-25 elemental comes out and fucking kills you.
Basically.
Stop destroying my world. I live here.
Go, little elemental.
This is a wide map, by the way.
Yeah.
Which means we're... Yeah, I think Jenner's pre-planning for some mobile combat at some point.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Suddenly raptors.
Suddenly Raptors running alongside.
Oh shit.
Yes,
So-
that is my-
Is there anything you'd like to do before you make camp?
You know what? Yeah. Sorry, you go first. I'll go.
Actually, you know what? We'll do the roleplay at the campsite.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh, well, this one is kind of an on-the-road thing.
The circles here, you're probably complaining that you're in quarantine.
Might be copyrighted. Couldn't afford the rights, even with all the money we have.
Like.
Okay, so so the first few hours of the journey into the bulk of Tanvia and the wall vanishes behind us. Willem's very quiet, almost sort of a 1,000-yard stare kind of look to him, zoning out. But as he starts to adjust to the feel of sun on his skin again, the light rains that peppered them earlier, he does start to sort of be more himself again, and at least a lot more quote-unquote alive the further they get from the wall. And for the remainder of the day, I think, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna try and teach Vladimir how to drive the cart.
Oh, okay.
Because it's always good to have more people who can do it, and also, why not?
I do want to point out she's still a child.
She's
And I'm an
also,
idiot,
like,
but I can
4
still...
times older than Vellum, so. You know.
Yeah. I
You know
mean,
what?
it's divisible
Fine.
ways.
I can't argue with that.
It's worth trying, and Vellum has no proficiency in these vehicles, but he's still able to roughly guide a vehicle without crashing it most of the time.
So also, like, just, I'm kind of curious. Can Liska now ride on one of the carts? Because the only reason she was walking out front of the Morbog was because she was the one that had to find the path alongside.
Oh yeah, hop on.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to try and squeeze onto is the question.
Liska's just gonna like chill on the barrel.
Just gonna straddle the flagon wagon.
Sao can take the spot on one of the turrets. There's room. You might need to finagle your token.
Yeah, just add 6 feet to use it, 5 feet to yourself or something. 6 feet, whatever.
Yeah. 6 feet.
There we go.
So you're gonna try and teach her how to handle Bastion.
How to not crash, yes.
Okay.
Because basically it's just the culmination of everything Vellum. Don't randomly tug the reins. Don't try and spook don't accidentally spook the ram.
I mean,
Stuff like that.
Let me hold it totally like this, and she kind of she's gonna make an animal handling check.
Right, now, something I've learned. I don't exactly know how to do all this, but with animals like this, I find it's easier not to treat them as like a machine, sort of a mechanism, like a thing. They have feelings and thoughts, and they want to go a certain way on the road, so it helps being mindful of what way they're going, but making sure they don't wander off too far away from where you want them. Just gentle guidance, you know.
So like this, and she kind of gently tugs at the left rein, and he watches Bastion being sort of veers leftwards slightly. Oh,
Yeah.
I think I'm doing it.
You sure are. It's like you're both working together to stay on the road. Yep.
Right, hang on.
Oh god, he's gone crazy. I take it back. Did a fucking sick 180, bro.
Like, man, she's really good at this.
Gotta attach carts to Bastion.
I'll go
Yeah,
attach
there
it
we
back to the wagon. Okay.
So try that for a little bit. If it gets to be too much, let me know and I'll take over. But you're doing good so far.
Oh god, I am inside now.
Oh yeah, that's
What
right.
the fuck?
Both fell backwards into the fucking wagon.
Oh no. Oh
What
no.
the hell?
Oh no. hang
You
on.
ruined it. We had it. You lost it.
You did a Tokyo Drift. What the fuck?
Yeah, the
Let me show you a really open up.
yeah, the vehicle module doesn't work anymore. It's out of date, so oh.
God, that was it. But yeah, like you'll let her go for as long as she's comfortable with, and then take it back over again.
Do one more animal handling check. You watch as Vladimir begins to tug on the right rein this time. However, Bastion, being a giant stubborn mountain goat, veers left, and is and
Hang on, let me get that. Then he's gonna try and reach over and just try and align Bastion back up with the road.
Bastion.
It's okay. He's just got a bit of wanderlust.
This kid's watching on amusement. She's like looking back at this happening.
You gotta find the right amount of pull. If you go too hard, it's gonna make him want to rebel, and if you go too soft, then the big lad's not gonna feel it. It's a balance.
Vladimir has a lot to learn.
Well, we'll have a lot of time on the road. There could be something you can pick up if you want it. Always a good skill to have.
Okay.
How'd it go? And ruffle of the hair and back to travel.
Alright. So, eventually, you do find, if anyone has anything to say at camp, let me know. Otherwise, we're probably just going to continue going.
Nothing really urgent.
I think I have something, but my mind is just blanking again, and I find it really annoying.
That's fine.
Yep. I mean, we'll have plenty of days on the road unless it's anything immediately urgent.
Do your thing, Jenner.
Yeah.
Okay. So, just so everyone's aware, I'm just going to pop over to the camp map just so everyone can see what you're dealing with.
New camp map.
New camp
New
map.
camp map.
New camp map.
Ooh,
New camp map.
shit.
Ooh, the cicadas.
Now, what's
So-
going to be interesting is tower.
Tower, yes. I need to work on that before next session.
That'll be for next session. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jana got homework.
I do.
Indeed.
In fact, just put in party chat what I said I'd work on for next session, and because I'm probably going to forget it all.
I love that we all instantly either start shifting places or wander off.
Yep.
I'm
I gotta be near my wagon, dude. Why is the child so close to the alcohol? Fella.
Don't look at me. I didn't place us here. I ended up next to Grunka.
No excuses, you terrible fucking father figure.
How dare you? I'm stealing Liska's seat now. That is off center because it was made for her. She's 4 squares. It only works on her.
It's true. It's also the biggest.
Yes. The biggest rock.
Oasis.
Somebody killed one of the
Water.
cicadas.
Fire, hearts.
Life-giving
God.
water. Nectar of the gods.
Your powers combined.
I like everyone's just zooming around and exploring the map.
Well, I mean, it was black until we started exploring.
I'm getting rid of all the. I'm getting rid of all the.
The fog of war.
Yeah.
I'm mostly familiarizing myself so I know, where to put
Hello.
spells. If I need to. The one thing I'm worried about is this specific thing.
What, the rock?
Yeah, because it's like a giant cover.
It's a suspicious rock. Oh, that's where we
that's where you. Yeah, that's the poop rock.
That's the poop rock. You go behind it for some privacy. Would you rather not?
Yeah,
have
we're in a
poop
bowl, dude. Did you not notice we're in a bowl? Everything
Yeah.
behind us is pretty much okay.
Okay,
It's
this
likely
is
to
like
get
one-
shot
this
from
is like
above
one of
them
those
from
mushroom
behind a poop
rocks.
rock.
Yep, it is.
Honestly, I'm okay with
Yeah, I'm
this.
gonna have to.
But I'm
There's a
still in the
lot
middle
more
of-
rock around here than I thought there would be. But I mean,
it's-
you know,
yeah.
I think
Could have
most
made
of
the
the guys-
tower here. Just kidding.
Yeah, are we
yeah,
not?
but then we wouldn't have had a
Not really.
crane.
Fair point, actually. But
We need the crane. We've already talked about moving shit. It's fine.
tower's done. Tower's done.
Tower's done.
Tower's done.
Now it's done. And we got furnishings too, so
Indeed.
That's true.
I'm gonna
That's
get in
enough.
touch with you, Jenner, and we're gonna have to design that.
Yes. I did send you a link to some art assets we could use.
Oh, by the way, Junior, the thing we talked about earlier in the session, we definitely breezed over that. I sent you the DM.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, and I need a bow.
I need a sending stone. We all need things, but we can
Yeah,
discuss that another session.
So, as you kind of rest up here for the meantime, just on the shores of the Tanzan Plains, just dipping your toes into Tanzia, we'll end the session here.
Oh, we still have some time. I thought we were gonna do RP.
It seems no one has any RP to do, so.
Oh, I have RP.
Oh,
Okay, we go for it.
Yeah, by all means, go ahead.
Yeah,
Coward.
I said I have Well, it's a nice camp spot for sure. Solid stone, good, nice floor, not too much clay. Little sandy, but it's not too bad.
I like it.
I do too. I'd like just to say thank you for everyone. For helping me out in all the ways you did. I appreciate it. I really wanted this thing. And getting all of your help, it really, I appreciate it. I'll be paying you back for those sparks. I don't feel right just having them. Same for your catalysts. I don't feel like just getting these things. I wanted it and you stepped up to help, and it's only right that I pay you back.
Well, as far as I can only speak for myself, but you don't have to worry about that with me. I had those resources for a while, and they were always there to be used. To go towards something that'd help us. So, as far as I can say, they've done that.
Alright. I
Angus?
appreciate that.
Angus,
Hey,
I don't mind that these went to project. However, in the future, if we come across more, I call dibs.
got it? That's fair.
And anyway, the money that I used was yours anyhow, so there's no need to pay back.
Oh. Wait,
Well, she got
money
you
you
there.
used? I thought you had sparks. I'm confused. What did you contribute?
I contributed the 30 major sparks that I bought.
Ah, there you go. Well, that money, that was the money that I bought the diamonds for, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Well, then it's not my money now, is it? I'll pay you back for it if you'd like. It's only up to you if you wish to donate it. You've helped me out with, we'll call that 9 days. We got about 9 more of what we agreed for the diamond. I got plenty of stone around here.
That's a fair point.
What if you and I finish up those works and do some over the next, week or so of travel?
Sure.
Alright.
I just never thought I'd be back here again.
Well, I suppose welcome back.
Instead of being around tomes and books, I'll be traveling around the countryside. Interesting. If you told me that a year ago, I would not believe you.
Our life takes us to strange places, but I could say we're better off here than where we were.
Couldn't help but notice you said again. Have you been to Tanzania before?
I studied in the shaman's mantle. Like I said, it was around books and tomes.
Ah, well, there's a lot of those in lots of places. Shaman's mantle, eh? Well,
it's a big library.
If you've been around here before, then I suppose it's up to you and Grunka to lead. But not because he saw the map.
It's fair. I mean, I also have a spell to help with some translating if need be.
I don't know what that would be used for, but we appreciate it. Well then... You're gonna raise up... Well, no, first he'll put down the big old alchemy jug full of beer. And just set that down. We're through the bog. Officially. On the other side in the first night. First camp outside past the bog. It looked like for a moment we might not all be out, but we did. To the hammer strike.
To the hammer strike.
The hammer strike.
And to not sleeping in what is basically depression.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's nice. Well then. Let's get some food in us, an equal or greater amount of beer, and let's celebrate. Tonight, we rest well. Tomorrow, 8 hours on the road, 8 hours here at camp, and 8 hours of sleep. So, who's on shift first?
I think the most perceptive of us might be first to watch, maybe?
That would be me, as usual.
Alright. Then let's establish that thing. And if you want to fade there, I have nothing else more to add.
Alright then. So, spending the first night here in Tanzania, you hear the distant rumbles of some large creature Sarian, and then another one in the very, very, very distance. A land of monsters. Primordial ancient monsters. But you're ready for the challenge.
Sure fucking hope I am.
I like to think that the watch is just us, a couple of us sitting by the window and looking out occasionally. Now we have the tower.
Yeah, you see, that's the reason I really wanted it, because I know what Jenner's gonna fucking do. We're gonna go from ambushes of little fucking dragonborn kobold
Sneaky
motherfuckers or a zombie or a ghost to like, and here's a T-Rex bursting through the camp. It has vellum in its mouth and is running away with it.
like
Running off to
fuck
take
that.
him to a bronze dragon who he really got angry for some reason.
like Like the T-Rex just comes through, it just bursts through the brush with the venom just already in its mouth for some reason.
He's already got venom somehow.
I don't know, I was just sitting by a campfire again and it just happened here.
I went for a piss behind the poo rock and this happened.
That's what you get for not going behind the piss rock.
Fun times ahead. Okay, I'm going to stop recording in 3, 2, 1.